And we are live
Wow.
from the top of the mountain.
Wow.
Wow.
Some Owen Wilson. Wow.
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 You lost a lot of men out there playing for the Yankees? Yeah, to unruly trades and all sorts of stuff.
Wow.
Wow. We're not that young. That's a great movie, dude.
Oh, it's a good burp.
I like it. Feels so good. Feels so good when she jokes around.
Dude, I watched some sad ass shit last night. I watched the Wizard's not sad. It's a great movie. I do like the Wizard, but really it's just one big long Nintendo commercial, but it's still great. It's got not Elijah Wood. The main guy in it is it's Fred Savage.
It's called The Wizard.
Yeah, it came out in 88, 89 or something like that. It's got Christian Slater in it. It's great, dude. It's like they go on a cross-country tour to compete in a Nintendo video game tournament.
Oh.
Like he takes his autistic kid brother with him and he's like really good at video games. So it's like Rain Man but Nintendo.
I'm guessing this is an 80s movie.
Yeah, 80, 89 or 9. I don't know. I think it was like 89. And then I watched after that I was like I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to get sad. So I watched the Radio Flyer. It made me cry a little bit. And then I really wanted to get into a puddle of nothingness and an emotional state of Wizard of Oz shit. So I went and watched Radio with Cuba Gooding.
I was going to say, what's Radio Flyer? I've never heard of that one. I've only heard of Radio.
That's good. That's the one with Elijah Wood. That's the one where about the two kids. One of them's bullied by like the stepdad. He's an alcoholic piece of shit. And then they build an airplane out of a Radio Flyer wagon and they take off on a hill.
Somewhere in my deep subconscious, I remember that. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I just watched
Evan Alpo says like, yeah, dude, that's he says the Power Glove. It's so bad. Like they introduced the Power Glove in the Wizard.
Oh, is that like the actual Power Glove from Nintendo?
Yeah, it's literally the whole movie is literally a Nintendo like sponsored commercial. Like the whole thing, the hour and 30. I mean, they all the Double Dragons on there, Super Mario Brothers 3, Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja
or Gaiden.
Oh man, Clinton Kildepstein says, "What in the butt?" Okay.
I won't bite. Not that hard.
We watched that video like 1,000 times when that shit came out. That was like the early times of YouTube, man. That was good times. How are you doing tonight, chat? How the hell are you? We're here on a Thursday, which is weird. That's different. It's new, yellow, different. But we got a fun ass show tonight, man. Got some movie news to talk about the first hour. The second hour, Nathan Baesel, the star of Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, is going to be on this show talking to us about that movie and some other stuff. And then in the final hour of the show, we'll just hang out. Got no plans for the final hour. We're just going to get naked. Get naked.
Roll around in petroleum jelly and just see who can get a finger in whose butt first before the lights go out.
You're my boy, Blue.
By the way, yeah, I noticed. I saw it's all like my fucking shirt is like a 1980s goddamn music video. I look like a guy, the Tarzan boy. Tarzan boy.
I got my.
I have to change that shit.
Yeah, you got one of those 3D illusion shirts going.
Yeah, I thought it might be different because the other one I wore was like a lighter blue and a white, so I thought this one where it's darker it wouldn't have the same effect. But I was wrong. It happens.
Yeah, looks good though, man. Doesn't look that bad. I got my new WWAM video shirt in the mail.
Oh yeah, it's right over your nipple.
Yeah, that's
I like
where
it.
it's supposed to be. So
come and suck from the nipple of Wham.
Yeah, we need to get you a collared one of these, and then when we get our video rental background, we'll be good to go, dude. We'll be good to go. And by the way, if you guys want these, they're on our merch store in the link below. Fresh and new and fresh. We're gonna get
fresh
sued
and so
for
clean,
it. So
clean.
You better get one before we get sued.
See, I don't know if we are though, because I mean, technically speaking, we're not as long as we're not using the name Buster of Block. I mean, they don't have like the rights on the fucking colors.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Someone sent a message about that, saying something about the colors, but I have no idea. My approach is just wait and see. Maybe we'll get a.
Well, they don't give a shit. They're barely surviving. They got one store left in Oregon. Yeah. They don't care.
Well, I think they do. I looked it up. I was like, they're not even a company anymore, right? Blockbuster.
No, they were bought out by fucking.
I looked it up.
Not Time Warner. Was it Dish Network?
Yeah,
or some shit like that.
So like Dish Network is called, like their rentals are called Blockbuster Rentals. So technically, it's still in business or something. I don't know. Conglomerates.
Yeah, I watched that documentary with Kevin Smith when he was talking about, or I don't think he made it, but he was in the documentary about the last Blockbuster, and they were talking about they like the whole thing like hinged on them renewing or extending their contract, and they were waiting on with bated breath whether or not they were going to do it. And I think they were like, you know what, we probably need some good situations where we look good with the press, so let's not fucking cancel the last blockbuster.
Yeah,
because I mean they had already showcased the manager was like a really sweet old lady that, well, she's not old, but she went out and like used her own money to buy like all the new releases from Walmart and shit, and stock her own store.
I still need to watch that, man. That's a dream, though. That's our dream. I don't know if you guys know this about me and Jay, but our dream is to one day own our own video store, even though that's
They would lose money, but
the worst business plan in history. Yeah, that's the thing. We got to get really rich first so that we can lose money.
But I wouldn't give a shit. It would just be fun. I would just go hang out and get drunk in the store all day and talk about movies. That's all we would do.
Dude, if I had Jeff Bezos money, I would just open them up all over the country. You know, I would just pay for it and just lose money on it. But I guess that's why.
Who knows, man? Like right now, it might actually be a good profit. Because there's a lot of people they want to go to movie stores.
Yeah, it's just like you got to sell them shit while they're there. So I guess you'd have to sell them like merch and shit like that to make some money back. Because nobody's written any goddamn videos. I bet some people will. I bet you'll get a few that do. Lane Asia with the first super chat of the night. Thank you for that. Says, "Hey, Mike and Jay. Hello. Tom Ungurian, thanks, buddy, says, "Hey, guys, I told Jamie Kennedy on his YouTube page to get with that Manscaped. He replied and said, I liked him, how I get with him. Haha, so you should plug him and shout me out for the plug." So he likes Manscaped, right? Not us.
Yeah, Manscaped's a good product.
It's good. Hey, man. You know, even though they don't sponsor us anymore, just getting that buzzer was a life changer. I mean, that's just a good product. It's just a good product.
It felt the balls were very smooth. You could put that bitch on a mantle. Like, it was very nice.
Yeah. They're very nice. Very, very nice. Top quality thing. That's the number one ball trimmer you can get in your whole life. David Nangle III, thanks, buddy, says, "Hey, Mike and Jay, I sent my former manager a clip of you talking about his wife. He wasn't too happy, but didn't know the random number. I added his wife on Facebook, LOL. He was like, why a baseball game?" You remember that? He asked Dr. Chalice to hit on his manager's wife so he could show his manager that he didn't like the video of it. And Dr. Chalice like, I'll take you to a baseball game.
You got balls, man, to show it to your boss, though. Holy shit.
I fucking love that, David. That's hilarious.
That would be something like your last day. Like, by the way, I just want you to know I've spread your wife's fucking ugliness all over the internet. Look at this person hit on him. They're just hitting. You're just fucked. I quit, by the way. I got a job at McDonald's. Okay, they're gonna start me at $15 an hour. Apparently.
David, tell him that, you know, not to worry. I didn't go all the way with her. You know, my beeper went off and had to go back to the hospital because I'm a doctor. Oh man, that was funny as shit. Brandon says, "Wish Subway would give you all sponsorship." I know, dude. We tried our best to get a Subway sponsorship.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, it's not like I don't even know who their spokesperson is now. I don't even think they have one. I think they just do random like music commercials and shit. Like I don't even like Jarrett was the last one, and I don't think they ever picked up a new one. Maybe they did.
Yeah, it's like a bad breakup. You know, you dated.
No.
Jared.
I did see one. Deion Sanders was fucking doing it.
Oh, that's right. So was Bill Belichick, by the way.
Yeah, so they got Deion. So fuck, you know, you can't compete with Deion.
That's a good point. Nightmare Kid said, "Bro, Leslie Vernon really here? Where? He's
behind the mask." God.
Nathan's going to join us at 9:00 Eastern after the first hour and the first break. Right now, though, we're going to talk about some movie news going on in the world today. We need like a fucking like a sound thing whenever we do movie news, like
movie break.
Yak news. Check out this, guys. I'm sure you can see this as well, Jay. Godzilla vs. Kong dropped a new poster today, and that might be one of the sweetest movie posters that I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life, man.
Yeah, I think I saw that earlier today. It looks amazing.
If you're looking at the screen, it's on there now. I know there's like a delay, but that is so fucking sweet, dude. Like, I can't think of a movie poster that's cooler than that. I mean,
yeah, that looks good.
You got it. They should have done the Jason Takes Manhattan poster this way.
King Kong looks like he's at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and that's the diarrhea sneaking up on him later in the evening. Like, it's coming to get you. I can't wait. You know what? I think Godzilla's going to whoop that ass, but I think if you're going to do the script-wise, Kong wins. I mean, I think King Kong, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, again, I'm not, you know, the Godzilla movies are great, but I haven't watched all of them. But I think the first time King Kong and Godzilla fought, I think King Kong won. And he was technically the good guy, and I think he'll be technically the good guy in this too, which makes no sense because Godzilla was protecting humankind in a lot. So I don't know, but I think they said he was more of a force of nature. Like he just, what threatened him, he had to take down. So he wasn't really defending humanity. He was just like, some shit got in my way and I got to put it on the clink. Like, I got to put my tail down.
You're about to get shivved, motherfucker, by a gorilla. Yeah, dude, that, I don't know, man. Like, what a cool fucking poster idea. And that's what it's all about, right? I just hope with Godzilla vs. Kong this time, they go with this idea. Like, with all these recent Godzilla movies and the Kong movies, like, they were fine. They were serviceable. You know, Bryan Cranston in one. I think John Goodman in the Kong movie. But they always try to do too much sub-stories. I guess they don't want to pay the money to put them on screen the entire time because you can't just have them fight for 2 hours. I get that you have to have story. It's just they've never interested me with any of the stories that they've done. It's always just like, get back to the monsters fucking fighting, dude, you know?
Yeah. Russell Anderson says Godzilla versus Myers. Myers would just stab his Achilles and then Godzilla would eat him or like incinerate him with his blue flame. And that would be the third time that Michael's been set on fire, but he will not come back from this one, child. Dude. But it's weird. Like I like the story of the Godzilla movies. I mean, the what was it? The Godzilla, and then they had the King of Monsters, or I think that was what it was called, the last one they just did. I didn't mind the stories. They were a little slow and a little boring, but it set it up pretty well, because when you got into the monster fight, holy shitholes, that was some of the best stuff ever. Yeah. That movie, it really is sad that, because I mean, it is what it is about the movie theaters, but those movies really are built for theaters, like 100%.
Absolutely, man. And I don't think I've watched King of the Monsters since theaters, because it was just like, that's the place to see it. And, if it's a safe situation, then I'll go. That's one that I'd like to go to the theater to see for sure, even if it is also playing on HBO Max. I think that will do. We should take bets, by the way, on which one of these HBO Max movies ends up doing more money in the theaters. I guarantee it's probably going to be Godzilla vs. Kong, because people are going to want to see that on the big screen. You know what I mean?
I would imagine it'd be that one, yeah.
And, maybe use that stimmy and get you a nice-ass TV to watch it on. I don't know, but I imagine that, dude. Imagine if this was a Michael versus Jason poster, and Jason's in Manhattan, and Michael's fucking swimming like the end of at the start of H5. He's like floating through the fucking water.
Well, I think they would have to put above the title in quotations Manhattan, because it's really Canada.
Exactly.
It's like Michael Myers versus Jason in New York. Jason, you mean Canada? Like, yeah.
Jason takes Manhattan, but really this time.
Jason takes Manhattan. I think they only shot like that one scene in Times Square, which was badass. That was a great fucking scene, but that was the only time they were allowed to be there.
Jason Takes Manhattan, I feel like, would be very high on the list of movies that sounded cooler than they actually were. Like movies that actually, disrespected their titles, which I think that's got to be like top 5. Jason Takes Manhattan is the coolest fucking idea ever, especially that time when Manhattan and like New York, like you had the turtles with the fucking, people all eating the pizzas. Manhattan during that time, like New York was a cool ass place. Not to say it's not now, but Jason Dyer says Jay's shirt wants his MTV. I love it, Asian T.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm going to change it soon. It's like I'm looking over at the screen while the chat's going, and I'm going cross-eyed. It doesn't look bad when I'm talking to Mike on the call, but when I look over, I'm like, holy shit! It looks like Phil Collins from the '80s shit on my mouth. It's just a lot of electronica colors and shit.
Dude, I don't know why cameras fucking do that, man. Like whenever we filmed before, like I don't wear button-up shirts very often at all, but one time I wore a shirt like that, and I was so fucking pissed when I went to edit it, because every single time I was like. Fucking it didn't look right at all. It was like a 17th dimension.
I feel like I'm in Mallrats. He's like, it's a schooner, you dumb bastard. It's a sailboat. A scooter is a sailboat, doo-doo head. You know what? There is no Santa Claus or Easter Bunny.
I want to see the goddamn sailboat.
Please, God, when it's going to be my time. That's what it looks like. It looks like one of those 3D fucking puzzles set up at the mall.
Yeah, dude. Trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong, by the way, drops Sunday night. They officially announced it's going to drop on Sunday night, so I can't wait to see that shit. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Evan Alpaul, thanks, buddy, says, watch Friday the 13th, part 3 again today, and Richard Brooker is definitely in my top 3 for favorite Jasons. He's still human, but also a bit supernatural, and that shit is scary. Dude, I fucking know. Richard Brooker might be my favorite Jason. I feel like he's unsung, man. Again, those gigantic ass traps and him just stalking around. He's the most fit Jason for sure. Like, I mean, Jason Lives was kind of like CrossFit Jason, does a lot of squats, got the nice booty popping, but I'll tell you what, Friday 13th part 3D Jason, that dude fucking lifts, man.
Yeah, I like him. He's good. It's just for me, it's always Kane Hodder, dude. Just the way that he reinvented that character. Jason himself. Derek Mears. Derek Mears a big motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Big motherfucker.
Maurice the Beast Vlogs says, Gorira for the win. Is that how you say it? Gorira? Gorira?
Are you? I don't know. Let me.
Goyer.
Are you talking about the actual Japanese pronunciation of Godzilla?
Yeah.
Gojira.
Goyer.
Gojira.
Oh, I'm doing like
I don't know, I'm
Italian.
not Japanese, so I don't fucking know. But
I'm doing
Gattaca,
Italian.
Gattaca, Gattaca.
Goyer. Bonjour.
Gojira. I don't know.
Oh shit. Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury. That's maybe the greatest fucking name of all time. Says Ant-Man is going to try to jump in. Kong will stomp him and Godzilla will torch him. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but you know,
fucked up.
Ant-Man can grow to Giant Man. I mean, he got pretty fucking big. I mean, at least he could at least get one good shot in there and kick Godzilla in his nuts if he's got any. I mean, at least throw one good roundhouse, like kick to the nuts, something, because he can grow like 65 feet tall.
Yeah. That.
So,
hey, give it time, dude. Disney will probably buy the properties of this shit too, and then in Phase 6 of Marvel, it'll be fucking Godzilla versus Ant-Man.
Yeah, I don't know. There was, like, really, honestly, if you really want to get nasty with it, like I saw a meme about Ant-Man going inside the butthole of Thanos and just exploding him from the inside. I mean, if he wanted to do that, he could get up in Godzilla's asshole and explode him.
Honest to God, dude, that's like.
That's probably the easiest way. It's like, I'm going to find a real quick way into your crack and you're dead.
That would be funny. I see, dude, watching Robert Downey Jr. explain it to him. Was like, we're going to need you to go inside of his ass. You know, and Paul was like, I'm not doing it, dude. He's like, hey, man, we need you to do it.
Paul, come on. You got to do it for the team. Take one for the team. Get Stinky Winky in there. Oh, shit.
We need you to go inside of his butt and then become Giant Man and just explode him from within.
And then as he explodes, he goes, "You are not Japanese. You are not Tanaka."
That'd be fucking hilarious, dude. All right, so that's the Godzilla versus Kong news, and then there's some other fun little news that we missed last night when we were talking about Halloween Kills. Just a tiny little thing. We did go back and talk about one of the behind-the-scenes pictures that came out of actual Michael holding the halogen, but there was a couple more tiny little thingies in here. Featuring Lori's house burnt down. I'll give this a second so that you can see it pop up, Jay, because I know there's a delay. But it's just a picture of Lori's house after it's burnt down. There's two of these, and there's nothing really to it. I mean, it's just a bunch of burnt shit, but it's just kind of cool looking to see like how deep they went with like the the landscaping. She had a tiny little TV. I guess I don't know if that was like her CCTV that she used for.
Oh yeah,
for watching her shit, you know. But that's
Michael's like porn hub jerk hole.
Michael's like, I kind of like it here. Can I keep it? Can I keep this? You using this?
Hey man, that actually looks like some shit that was in his room in home Halloween Resurrection. They found his little sex torture chamber.
It does, dude.
He's gonna live there.
I saw a video of a politician talking today, and I swear to God, man, she was standing in the fucking hallway from H6. Like, if you look above her head, there was, like, all those pipes and shit. I was like, that looks just like H6. But then there's this other photo here. This one's a little bit more interesting than that one because if you pay close enough attention, you can see that it looks like it's definitely the actual scene where the investigative journalists talk to Jamie Lee Curtis in the beginning of the movie. The couch setup's the exact same. The details there, that's the door that she walked him out, and she's like, I'll accept my $3,000 now. That whole thing. Pretty dope, man. Like that is some legit shit. I wonder if, I mean, did they just set that shit on fire though? Like, did they actually go to that location to set this up? Like, go to the location.
Like for real?
Yeah, like for real set it on fire.
Yeah, they probably did. I mean, they probably built the set and they're like, we're gonna torch this shit. Who wants to set on fire? Like that's probably the best part about being the pyro guy. Like in fucking what's the Tropic Thunder? It's like, back, motherfuckers. Like, that's all you got. Just set the explosions in the fire.
It's cool though that like they left all the shit in there too. Like, I mean, obviously they actually lit it on fire because you could see the shots of it on fire. But I wonder, because this is again behind the scenes photos that weren't officially released, if this dude just went in the next day after it was over with and just started taking pictures, or I wonder if somehow they end up back in that house and they're actually filming there post the whole thing being fucking nuked like it was. I don't know. It looks cool though. I mean, like, I don't know. It just keeps on wetting the whistle. It feels good. All these new images that are sliming out and coming out. It feels good. I like it. Yeah. As long as they don't reveal too much. That's the thing. I don't want to see a lot. I mean, we get a little bit here and there, but as long as they don't give us a really too much, you know, less is more, Chip. Yeah, exactly. Less is more. Exactly. This kind of shit's cool though. It's just fun to look at and talk about, but it doesn't give jack shit away. I mean, we know. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with the next trailer, like how much they're going to put in that. Yeah, because I mean, I think one of the worst things that they did, man, which I guess you can't say it's a bad thing because the movie did well and the trailer did its job by getting people in the theaters, but I still can't believe they put that closet scene from 2000.
Yeah, that would have been epic if no one had seen it coming.
Yeah, in the fucking trailer, man. Like, that shit's crazy. Someone said Rescue Me goes wrong. That shit makes funny. I said that shit makes funny.
Kiefer Sutherland was drinking that vodka that day. He didn't have time to put that shit out.
Oh, man. But, I don't know. I'm with you, man. I'm excited about Halloween Kills. I don't want to see too much, though. I hope the next trailer keeps it just as vague as this past shit's been. Because they've already had to deal with the fucking script leaking. And, like, so many people have already read the goddamn script, if that's the real script. I know a couple of them were fake. But I just want to enjoy it.
Did you imagine how shitty and pissed off it must make you feel? Like, if you're a director or a writer of that movie and you really want the fans to have something awesome, and then that shit's leaked out, and like now people know, and they're just running their fucking shit lips all over the internet, and you're like, you assholes. You feel like you want to be Jay and Silent Bob and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and get all that money and just go to each one's house and kick their ass for talking shit on the internet.
Moviepoopshoot.com.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then finally, something cool to talk about. Actually, this kind of, I don't know, it might be something that pisses people off, but take a look at this real quick, you guys. This appeared on HBO Max's latest advertisement for all their movies that are going to be coming to theaters, coming out this next year. And we all knew The Matrix 4 was one of those movies, but they actually showed the logo for it. Now, whether this is a working logo, I don't know, or what the hell's going on there. But you would think if it's a working logo, they would actually put the in there, because I'm pretty sure.
What the hell is that? That looks like it brought to you by Pixar.
Well, it's the original logo.
I know, it just looks weird.
but that one, I believe that one said The Matrix. So the idea is, what people are saying is that they're going to go the same route Halloween 2018 went. They're going to go the same route that Scream went, and The Matrix 4 is actually just going to be called The Matrix.
Yeah.
Kind of stupid.
I don't know, man. Look, The Matrix 3 let me down in a lot of ways. I don't know. I really hoped it was going to be, look, The Matrix Reloaded wasn't anything like super good. It wasn't bad, but when they got to The Matrix 3, I was like, all right, it's all like, I don't know, not just a fucking video game on PlayStation 2. Yeah. Like, it got real over, and then I don't know, it's just the whole thing with Zion. I just felt like things just didn't, it felt like everything was rushed to get done as quickly as they could, and they had to wrap up the story. And the Agent Smith taking over all the, I don't know, like I was just like, I don't like this game. But yeah, so it didn't suck, but it wasn't as good. So I don't know how, like, I'm excited for Matrix 4, but I really don't know. I don't know. I think that if you'd made a Matrix 4 a few years after the fact, but not like right. I mean, I feel like Keanu's just, it's not going to be the same. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually pretty excited for it, man. I'm more excited for this. I think it's definitely going to be better than The Matrix 2 and The Matrix 3. I think that was actually the problem with The Matrix, though, because they rushed that shit out. Like, they fucking rushed both those Matrix movies out. And I remember going to see the second Matrix in the theater right after school one day and being like, oh, I cannot get into this. Maybe I'm just stupid. And then I learned that nobody else really could get into it either. Like, they weren't bad. Like you said, they had a lot of cool shit in them, but the story just wasn't there, and it was too confusing, and it was a bunch of fucking wild shit. I actually think this is going to be, knowing absolutely goddamn nothing about it, I have high hopes that it's going to be really cool. But I just think, I mean, honestly, dude, I don't really give a shit what they name it. It doesn't bother me if they want to call it Matrix. But I also wonder, like, fucking why? Like, just call it Matrix 4. It's not like people don't know what the fucking Matrix is. It's one of the most famous movies of all time.
Well, at least they didn't call it something weird and trite like The Matrix Return of the Neo or some shit like that. Or Morpheus's Last Stand. I don't, something like, oh my God.
The Matrix 4, ignorance is bliss.
By the way, it's going to be kind of hard to, I love him. I think he's great. He's a great actor, but Lawrence Fishburne put on some weight, man. So, I mean, he's not going to be the Morpheus of old. So it's going to be like, Neo's going to have to, so he's like, all right, so you thought I was dead and I was left inside this digital hellfire, and you've been getting fucking fat up here in Zion and leaving me for dead, asshole. You didn't even come look for me, and Trinity's dead, even though she's supposed to come back, I think. I think
both
the girl
died, right?
Well, we don't know what happened to Neo. At the end, you just see him being dragged off with the machines. So you don't know if they were just going to study the anomaly, and that was the whole thing. And the guy that ran the Matrix, the KFC fucking guy, was going to Colonel Sanders over there was going to like really cut up Neo and see what makes him tick. But yeah, Trinity died. Like, she legit died.
Yeah, no, yeah. Gotta be like, this steak's not real, but It's finger licking good.
That was the. I swear when I saw him and he turned around that room of white, Colonel Sanders immediately he had all the monitors up, and I'm like, this motherfucker keeps guard of his secret recipe for KFC.
When they found that dude in that room, I was like, this shit's about to be dope. And then I was like, huh?
Yeah, when he started talking, and then there was like the different versions of the anomaly that had appeared. So I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't even like this. It felt like introduction to like advanced computer science. I was like, I don't even know. I thought I was having a good time. Now I got to study this bitch.
I can't see it with this thing on.
It really was. It was way convoluted and overcomplicated. That's what happened to it. Like, I think it just got weighted down by too much explaining.
Yeah, like a M. Night Shyamalan, one of his movies that weren't that great.
Like, I got the idea, but it was just like you're taking way too much time to build onto the story and just add words. Like, there's no need. It's like you're Stephen King. You're adding words to describe a scene that's not really needed. Just get to the meat and potatoes. I don't want the bullshit appetizer. Just give me the steak.
Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I think they did the same thing. I'm just confused about what this trend is about. Like we're smart enough. We have internet, man. We have Google. Like, you're gonna confuse the fuck out of people when in 10 years, when every single movie has a goddamn remake or a sequel that has the same name as its original, but it's not a remake, it's a sequel. You're just gonna confuse the fuck out of people. They're not gonna know what to watch. Just call it Matrix 4. I don't care. I'll understand what's going on. It doesn't ruffle my butt feathers. I just think it's a dumb media move.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, it's the same thing with Scream 5. They're gonna call it Scream.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, like
it's just I don't know. I guess that they feel like putting the number in front of it, people will roll their eyes more. They'll be like, oh shit, another one.
Yeah, everybody knows fourth movies suck, bro.
I'm not gonna go. I'm a fifth one. Get real. Fucking, you've stabbed your last titty, Ghostface. I'm not gonna waste $1 on you.
If they try to say that, by the way, that's the reason why they do it, it's because like a deep sequel connotation gives off the connotation that it's a bad film because sequels are bad films. I'm like, so we're gonna go with fucking remake because remakes are always fucking good, right? There's no negative connotation to that.
I feel like that's probably what it is. I feel like it's a PR move.
So stupid.
Like, I feel like it's a marketing strategy. They're like, well, we got to sell the tickets because if you put the number in front of it, most people will be like, nah, I'm not. They made 6 of those. Fuck that. I'm not going to watch it. I mean, stuff like Star Wars and shit was easy because you just say like Star Wars Episode 4, but then you'd have like A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. You'd have different names for it. So it wouldn't be like Star Wars Part 3 or something like that, even though those are.
Well, I think you just fucking answered the question, though. That's what they should do. They should just call it The Matrix with some fucking words after it. Then it doesn't feel like a deep sequel, and then it also doesn't feel like a remake at all. I don't know. I think it's dumb, man. I think it's really dumb.
It's called Matrix, the viral outbreak.
Someone in the chat said something funny. They said Matrix, the truth is out there.
That's just fucking Scully and Mulder show up at the end, and they were actually antiviruses the entire time.
How dumb is it for them to
watch that?
For them to do this, to be like, well, we want to make it more. And again, this isn't official. This is just a guess based on the logo that they released. But how dumb it would be for them to do this? Would be like, we want to make the Matrix 4 more accessible. And it's like, dude, The Matrix and both of its sequels are the most non-accessible movies. They are fucking Steve Jobs. They're, without the ports. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, they don't pander to anybody. It's not supposed to be for, it's going to be for people who want to think a little bit. So it just seems like counterintuitive to me, but I don't know, counterproductive. The Shape in the Shadows, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. He says, hey, Wham fam, thanks for the shout out. My girlfriend's name is Nikki. She was laughing her butt off. Love you guys. You both make life fun.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, dude. Shape of the Shadows last night had, I think it was Loomis, give his girlfriend a shout out. We were like, what's her name, bro? He didn't tell his fucking name.
Yeah. I don't know if it might have been Loomis or Slenderman, but yeah, either way, it was fun. It was fun times.
Yeah, that was good stuff, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. So, I mean, today's not a crazy day for movie news, man. Not a whole lot of shit came out. I guess maybe we covered most of it last night.
Yeah, I was looking around. I didn't see a fucking thing at all popping up anywhere about anything.
Ooh, there was one more cool thing that did come out. Robert Rodriguez announced that they are making a Dusk Till Dawn animated series.
I mean, on what platform?
Probably on the El Rey network, the network he owns, the same one as the TV show was on.
Look, I mean, I never watched I watched like the first episode of the TV show, From Dusk Till Dawn. It's not bad. The guy that actually played the part of George Clooney's character, I can't remember which Gecko brother he was. Seth. He played Seth. He did a good job and was actually pretty effective. But I never got into the series. Like I felt like the movie was really good. The Dust Till Dawn one was great. The second one, not as good. I didn't like, I mean, even though I like Robert Patrick, I think he was in the second one. The third one got really fucking stupid. I don't know. I felt like if you got Seth back to do, when they go to like the very end of the movie of Dust Till Dawn and you do a direct sequel like that, I'd be fine with it. But I don't know, man. I just never got into the TV series. I feel like the whole thing had been overspent at that point.
I'm kind of with you, man. Like, I think the only sequel that I really want to see from Dust Till Dawn is if you get George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino back.
Well, Quentin Tarantino's legit dead.
You can't, because he's dead. So
Yeah.
at least George Clooney, I'd be into that. I want to see what happened after that. You know what I mean? Which I don't know. Does the TV show go into that? Does it follow what happens afterwards?
No, it literally retells the story pretty much from the movie, from Dust Till Dawn.
Okay.
So what they did was they recast Seth and they recast Quentin Tarantino's guy, and then they go from there. But it's not bad. Like, again, it would be cool to see an older George Clooney after he's been like in hiding for a long time, and then maybe the titty twister gets put back up and they're out, like these vampires are out for revenge, or maybe these vampire hunters come from across this country to track them down. They need to go to him because he survived the night there. I don't know. And then he could get back into it that way.
They should do a Godfather thing when he's like, I'm legit now. I don't do any crimes. I'm a good guy. Or like Strangeland, where he like cleans up his act and he's trying to be a good guy. He's working as like the door greeter at fucking Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing? Hard drinkers drink hard. And all of a sudden someone like starts fucking with him and he's like, don't make me go back to my old ways, like John Wick. He has to start robbing people and shit again. I don't know. That's fucking dumb. But
I wouldn't mind watching it as long as he was in it, though. I think that the only way to make a good one is you got to have George Clooney in it.
Yeah, that fucking man, I think that's George Clooney's best role. Like, I know he's like this beloved Hollywood actor or whatever, but fucking what role is he better than in Dust Till Dawn? I don't know. That's the
Mamma Mia.
He was in
Mamma
Mia.
I don't think he was in that one.
Most of his movies bore the shit out of me, to be honest with you. I like him as an actor, but I just don't like the roles he picks, to be honest with you.
Pierce Bronson was in Mamma Mia. That's who it was. I was like, wow, how the mighty have fallen.
Handsome man. Marco Viva Toro says Matrix stock exchange dropped.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. That sounds like what's really happening.
Hey, I think it went up actually. So good job.
I know that Twitter closed real bad because Twitter's suffering some pretty bad PR right now. They're gonna get fucking sued their pants off in court. I
don't know. Fucking I know that what the fuck is this? Oh, sorry, my computer did a fart. Evan Alpal says the second season of From Dusk Till Dawn takes place after they leave. You guys should definitely give it a try. Okay.
Yeah.
But so I guess in the TV show, maybe he survives. By the way, I fucked up. El Rey Network's no longer around. Apparently it's gone, so I don't know what channel that'll be on. But hey, dude, that's fucking crazy. The El Rey Network actually very early in WWAM reached out to us, and they were like, hey, we saw these Rocky videos that you guys did. Can we use them? We're doing like a Rocky week on the channel, which is a fucking beautiful idea. They're like, can we use your videos for it? And I was like, oh my God, yeah. Fuck yeah. I told my mom, I was like, we're going to be on TV, Mom. And then they never emailed me back. They were like, actually, we've watched it and these videos suck.
Yeah, they're terrible. God damn, you guys have impressive thumbnails, but the content's like a murky pile of shit.
I remember editing that too, dude, because I think we like got drunk and fucked up and like forgot an entire Rocky movie. And like when I edited it, I fucked up the edit on it because it was like a long, awful edit, and I screwed it up. And like I think I had to like delete those off the internet because they were so bad. Like one day we need to go back and revisit the Rocky series and do it right, because that's like one of our favorite franchises of all time.
Yeah, we really. I mean, I don't even have to. I mean, I've seen literally that movie so many, like all of them. I don't even, like, other than Rocky, maybe Rocky Balboa. I'd have to go back and rewatch that one because that one's been a while. I usually stop at 4 because I just don't like what happens to him. Like, I just don't like it. I want him to go out. I don't. Even though I started appreciating 5 a little bit, but I still can't. Like, I just hate the fact that he loses fucking everything. I was like, this is bullshit.
Dude, the whole point of those movies was watching him come from nothing to get, and he did it, and he got his face fucking smushed in to do that shit. He went through hell. His face is like he got fucked up. He went through everything he could, and then is it the beginning of 5 where he's in the shower and he's like, AJ, I can't find my socks, or is it in the shower with the socks?
And then, it's just his whole life is back in the gutter. And then his son fucking hates him. And then he's kind of an absentee asshole dad too. And I'm like, what the? You bought Paulie a birthday robot says happy birthday, Paulie. What happened to you? What happened to you, Rock? Goes, I don't know. And then the end was cool, but then I wanted to see him whoop Tommy Gunn's ass in the ring and get a lot of money for it. And he didn't do it. I was like, and then it ends on the note that he reclaims himself as a family man. I was like, yeah, that's great. That makes me feel all cozy inside. But the motherfucker's still poor.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's still gonna be like wiping his own ass with socks.
And he never fucking recovered from it. Like even in the Creed movies, like he does okay. He has this restaurant or whatever, but he's still living like a kind of on the shady side of town. If I'm not misremembering that, like he never financially recovered from what happened to him in Rocky V, which makes Rocky V all the more heartbreaking, dude. He was buying motorcycles and he was buying jackets with fucking tigers on the back, and he was buying Rolexes. He was doing great, man, until Paulie decides to get drunk, and well, that was in 3 where Paulie gets drunk and he smashes the Rocky game, and then they get a fist fight in the garage.
That was probably one of the funniest Paulie moments. He was like fighting him, and he's like, "Can I have a job?" All you gotta do is ask. By the way, I will put it, Jason Dyer says Giggle Bush is making Jay's shirt look awesome. Well, that was my intent the entire time, Jason, because I knew you'd be here with that Giggle Bush. I was like, I'm gonna fuck people's worlds up with this and have a good time.
Mike White here with his mushrooms. He's about to have a fun time tonight. Evan Alpal said the second season of you already told us that. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Sorry. And you read Jason's there. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys are enjoying this in the chat tonight. I'm really excited for 9 o'clock, man. Here shortly. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, not right now, but when we come back, we're going to have Nathan Baesel of Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It's going to be a fun fucking time. So stick around, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
I need it. I do. But yeah, dude, like, why the fuck wouldn't they do that? Like, is there a good reason other than George Clooney not wanting to come back? Why they wouldn't just?
I think it was literally because they couldn't get him back.
Yeah, I wonder if they asked.
Well, I mean, he probably like quoted him a number. He was like, "If you can match me right here, I'll be anything you want." But he was like, "No, we can't do it."'s like, "Fuck off, then. I'm not gonna do it."
Yeah. At the same time, I don't think you could do a Dusk Till Dawn theatrical release today. I think some people like it's got its fans. I think some people would like it would just depend on how they would if the story was good. If they market it really well and it's an actually good vampire story, then maybe. I didn't actually if you think about it, there's not been a good vampire movie in a long time. Like a really good one. Like I don't remember a really good one. I don't think the last like
30 Days of Night was a while ago. That's great. That's gory as fuck, but it was actually, I mean, the story was all right, but I mean, it was still pretty brutal.
I guess the best vampire representation that's come out in the past 10 years, or at least probably, I think it's within 10 years, probably True Blood. That show was dope as shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like a movie.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. I know that Lovers Left Alive with Tom Hiddleston was, I couldn't get through it. It was boring to me. It's not really a vampire movie. It's just like a weird ass indie movie.
I think, maybe there might have been a really good vampire movie that was released in the last couple of years, but we didn't see it because it's maybe buried in like indie stuff. I don't know, maybe it's an indie kind of movie.
Yeah.
I like that. I know it got some hate. I like Daybreakers. I thought Daybreakers was a good fucking movie.
Never watched that one. Never watched
that one. It was an Ethan Hawke. Yeah, that was good as fuck. It's kind of nasty. I was like, this is kind of gross because I thought it was just gonna be a standard vampire movie, and then there's like goddamn eyeballs exploding and like cannibals, and I was like, shit. Glad I wasn't eating spaghetti this day.
I'll never forget, dude. Whenever someone mentions getting sick eating stuff, I'll never fucking forget. Yeah, good fucking point, Clint. He said Twilight killed it. That may be what happened. They may not. We need to stay away from that for a while. Mr. Movie Bus said Stakeland. I did hear that was awesome.
I don't know what that is.
And the Fright Night reboot.
Stakeland. Yeah, I've heard of Stakeland.
The Fright Night reboot was pretty good. I did like that one. That was a good one. Dragon Bee says everyone should watch Near Dark. That was a great movie. Long time ago, but great movie. What were you gonna say?
Cheeto says Let Me In. That's an excellent one. But if you're talking about the Spanish one, Let the Right One is better than Let Me In. I mean I think the Spanish one is Let the Right One In, and then Let Me In is the remake, the American one. I don't know. I could be wrong, but whichever one's the Spanish version of it's really good.
Yeah, I think Let Me In is the American remake. I think you're right. It's one of the few. I only watched the foreign one. I never saw the remake to it. But yeah, it is time for a good ass vampire movie, isn't it? I'd be into that.
Well, I think somebody had mentioned it. They were like, who said that? Something about the flavor of the decade. I think it's Jonathan Beckwith says it's a bit more of the flavor of this decade. The major consensus of Hollywood is folks love ghost movies. Not a lot of diversity in that, really. I guess I get what he's saying. Like, you know how like, well, kind of because in the 90s, remember, like, if it said like every other day was an alien movie. Like you had Independence Day, there was Mars Attack, there was all that. Then you had the asteroid thing, and then you had all the other. Like I feel like it comes in groups. So right now, maybe the ghosts, like the Paranormal Activity, Insidious, Sinister shit is the more booger. I want some booger monsters, and then maybe the vampires will come back at some point. I don't know.
I'd be down for another Alien movie renaissance too.
I like
I'd be
that.
totally into that shit, man. That would be awesome. Marco Vivo Tor says Blood Rain would have been a badass vampire movie close to Blade if it had been done right. I don't know anything about it. I never watched the movie, never played the game.
I think Blood Rain's based on a comic. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I thought it was a game.
I think it was both. I think I know what he's talking about. I don't like. Yeah, is that the one with the chick from the Fast and the Furious? The Vin Diesel's girlfriend, because it was just a question because the Buster brought me back. Like that guy's Vin Diesel's girlfriend. I can't remember her name.
I got no clue, dude. It could have been Jennifer Garner for all I fucking know.
Well, that chick that's in the Fast and Furious was in Blood Rain, I think. And it was it was just awful. Like I didn't like it at all. I think it was just really badly put together. You remember that Frankie Muniz was in that? Remember that really, really shitty movie based on the video game where it was a horror video game and you had to, I think it was called Stay Alive.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah.
God damn, it looked like somebody shot that like with a camera that they filmed in an attic somewhere. Like half of the movie wasn't even edited. It's like you can like clearly see people were walking. It was just one of the worst movies I've ever seen as far as, and we weren't even making videos then. And I was watching, and I'm like, I didn't know shit about any like doing videos or anything. I'm like, God damn, who the fuck got drunk? Like somebody forgot whole reels. They forgot they had a job to do. Like it was awful.
Yeah, dude. Chat's got a good point too. Actually, the only vampire movies that are really coming out are both going to be superhero movies because you got the Blade series that's going to be coming out, and then you got Morbius that's coming out. How badass would it be, by the way, if Blade showed up at the end of Morbius in like an extra additional scene? He's like,
I would love it,
you, Jared Leto.
But I still feel really. I don't know. I want Wesley. I know that you got to move on from Wesley, but I would love to see Wesley Snipes interact with the new Marvel. I think it would be cool as shit. But if Blade's coming in, there's no doubt Blade will be there. But I mean, I don't know if he'll be in Morbius.
Last time I saw fucking Wesley Snipes, man, he looked good. I don't know why they wouldn't just go back to Wesley Snipes. No hate towards Marshawn Ali, but fucking Wesley Snipes is Wesley Snipes. I mean, if you got Blade and he's like old man Blade would be fucking cool. I don't know. Does he age? Because he's like a Half-Life.
Well, I mean, you could play with that because I mean, he is technically still half human.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm thinking.
The human side of him could age, so he's not going to be immortal. Like one of the best villains that they really got underused, and I wish the guy had survived. Because we got more. Stephen Dorff, man, he was awesome. Deacon Frost was one of the best bad guys ever.
Hey, and he's pretty handsome still. He could still pull that role off. That was probably
he's dead now. He was the blood god. Frost to me, you're just another dead vampire. So he's completely dead.
Yeah, I was like, Stephen Dorff is dead. I realized you were talking about the character. I was like, oh yeah, he did that, didn't he?
Deacon,
but, yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what Marvel does with all that shit. I just, they're owned by Disney, and I don't know how good a Blade movie is going to be or a series. I'm worried about Deadpool 3. I know that's going to be rated R and it's going to be Ryan Reynolds, but I wonder if it's not. Like Marvel will be like, hey, we'll let the movie be R rated, but you're not going to see lines like it smells like two hobos fucking in a shoe filled with piss in here. And if you take out that stuff, like even though it's R rated, it's like I don't know, man. I'm super excited for it. I do worry when Marvel gets their hands around something. They're greasy fucking fingers.
It smells like white people up here. Overpaid white directors.
Cherish it.
Smells like old wood and badly like fucking placed jokes from white men that don't understand how to be a Deadpool character. I don't know. That just reminds. Yeah, but the thing about Marvel is that I think. I trust Ryan Reynolds in the fact that he wouldn't have signed on to do another movie if he thought they were going to fuck with it. So I think they're going to give him some creative freedom because I'm sure they were like, all right, well, you guys are going to allow me to write or make these kind of jokes. I'm going to do it or I'm going to walk. And they were like, oh yeah, no, that movie made $1 billion on like, so let's not fucking did make $1 million. I mean, $1 billion. I think it did $50 million budget. And it was like $1 billion.
Made a fuck ton. I know that. I mean, I know it proved that they could do R-rated superhero movies, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck happened?
I haven't even drank a beer yet, and I'll just this soda, and I gotta piss more now than I do when I just drink beer.
Well, I mean, we've already hit up the movie news, so we could take a break a few minutes early if you want to. I'll go ahead and get with Nathan. When we come back on the other half of the break, we will be with Nathan Baesel, the star of Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon. That sounds good to me. If you want to take you a pee-pee, we can get into this a little bit early.
Yeah.
I like it, Jim.
I'm gonna go do that.
Put some steak on it. Put some steak on it.
When I come back, I'm gonna be slizzard.
All right, guys. I fucking totally forgot to put new break videos in here. My bad on that. So these are the same ones from yesterday, but I'll do them in backwards order. I'll do the second one first. Ha! You didn't know it was fucking coming, did you? Huh? We'll be right back, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch a Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is a Halloween game reaction.
Coming to the GameCube pretty soon.
Shit. What the fuck?
Oh, fucking cat. That pussy knows.
Hey, so Julie on Twitter, thanks for bringing this to us, our attention. I actually saw, since you sent it to us, that I saw the fine dudes from Slash and Cast have also done a video about it or whatever. This seems pretty cool. I didn't watch it. I just clicked through it really quick to see what it was and see if it was worth doing. The channel Punished. I'll put the link down below so you guys can go subscribe to them and check out their video on your own.
This house is clutch.
This house is clutch. They made a Halloween gameplay demo. So they used a little bit of Dead by Daylight and some other stuff, but they made a demo that I believe you can actually download and like walk through and play the game.
Cool.
We're just gonna watch someone else do that because we're technologically stupid. All right, let's see what this motherfucker's got in store.
All right.
Sucking, fucking, and touching.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Doesn't sound like. There we go. Oh, I love it.
Dude, it looks like one of those, bet you can't play this for 5 minutes without coming.
That bitch looks like she found out her bill at a spa. She's like, how much? It looks good as fuck, though.
Yeah. I like the sound of her feet. Listen to my hooves!
Why does she look like the old lady in the It trailer? She's like, she's like running the back. He's like, oh. You don't have any shoes on. I don't think you got a tiptoe.
Tiptoe through the forest, through the window.
Oh, no, Insidious. Here, sir.
Reminds me of Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's cool, though. Where's a flashlight? Oh, there's blood. Were you on your period?
I spilled my apple juice in the hall. Please tell Mom this is not her fault.
Is there money in it? No.
Oh.
Fucking badass, though.
Those are the world's biggest scissors. Excuse you, lady.
Oh. Making that classic.
She fucking killed it with a chair.
Oh. At least that guy kind of died peacefully. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna turn my head this way.
She's so silent in her whimpering.
Hey! Michael Myers reminds me of Mark for Death, and Steven goes like, I see without seeing. He just is walking into the shadows.
Why does she do the creep when she walks? Do the creep. Oh.
Good loading time. What's it say? Oh, that's badass, dude.
Did he put his own poster up? He's like, go see my movie,
That's
bitch.
fucking cool. Take a look around. Michael's in the hospital. Well, no shit. I thought it was Jason.
And he's on the TV
That's fucking cool, too.
That's dope. That looks like the toy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that from a Fallout, the Awesome magazine? That's what it looked like.
It says Carrie
White, piece of shit. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Holy shit.
Carrie White, you piece of shit. It's because of you I'm here. I'm going to sleep because the clickety clackety clickety clackety clackety clack.
I made a new door.
How did she? Is her vagina like have a light, like a fucking flashlight in it? How? Where's the light coming from?
It's the new ET.
Did she pick up a light? Like, I don't know. Did she? Or a torch for all British viewers?
I don't know. Oh.
Her vagina is glowing.
Gooey gooey gumdrop.
Like, I just don't know where the light's coming from.
Wow.
Oh.
He totally fucked.
See, I can't stand. Just die. Can you just die and not like burst out onto the scene? Like I don't need you to scare me. Like go be dead. I'm just trying to get to the clonazepam, please. It looks good as fuck though. These guys did an amazing job. It looks really well done. It looks polished. This looks like what a AAA title would be. Like it looks really, really well done.
This would be really fun to play. She's gotta stop doing the creep though.
She looks like Freddy Krueger's controlling her in Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Oh God! Please no! No!
Oh, you Steve Carroll, dude. That was bad.
Oh!
Operation
Goofy fucker tits.
Oh, badass. Dude.
Shaking. He looks like
I like how
knocked out.
Michael's like, I'm not affected. I didn't even know he had a brain. No, dude, that was Steve Carroll's voice. God, please no. God, no.
I was so scared I didn't even notice.
See Michael run, press left shift when he what I can read it, or press right shift to poop your pants.
She looks like when you're at the pool and you gotta take a shit, but your mom told you not to run.
Yeah, or like
get run by the pool,
or sneaking in after you cheated and you're trying to get to your bed. That almost got me. Almost chipped a tooth.
Let's get out of here, Wayne.
Oh, that's badass. Got this. Got this. He wants to pull the fucking rope down. How did Michael lose her? Stop ass.
Oh man, I love that. Gets my juices flowing.
Ooh. You have an overactive vulva. That's the thing. It stopped recording. I was like, this entire time.
Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
This is the music when you're eating Taco Bell when you're drunk and you know what's gonna happen later. This is what's coming on while you're like 3 o'clock in the morning. You wake up out of a dead sleep and you're sweating. And you're like, I have to make it to the toilet in the dark.
Oh man, fucker.
Again, I like it. It's scary, but I like it. Oh yeah.
I'm hiding. Nice lady, but I'm hiding. All right already.
I like how Michael's like, fuck it. He's like, is that a juice dispenser?
You guys got Fruitopia?
Stop screaming all the time.
Excuse me, miss. Do you know where the weight room is?
Hey, look, it's me running away from an ex-relationship. Not today, ex-wife. No. God damn it! How do you keep fighting me? Get the trash can. Oh,
I have to I'm gonna have to go a little silent on the chat for a second. My phone is fucking like the screen is hot as shit, and it's making this.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good for you, my friend.
I know. I was like, this motherfucker's gonna explode.
All right, I just sent him the meeting code and stuff. So as soon as Nathan's ready to pop in here, we'll have him on the show. Really pumped about that, man. I cannot wait to talk to this dude. It's gonna be a good time at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is everybody in the chat drinking tonight? Doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage. Just want to know what you're sipping on. Some orange juice, some brewskis. What is it? We want to know.
Well, what are you sipping on?
What? A little bit of Diet Coke.
Tangerine.
Mm-hmm. Some Maker's Mark.
Diet Coke. Yeah, I was gonna say, what else? What's the sidekick tonight?
There's alcohol in this. I can get addicted.
The Coke's gone bad. Oh yeah, I can't. I've always. I know you're supposed to start with liquor before you get into the bureau. I never can do that. It always fucks me up so royally first, and I can't even drink beer then. I'm just like I'm flopping down on the fucking steps. I can't walk anymore. I look like goddamn Roger Rabbit. Like when he's like trying to run away from the oozy slime shit that they try to dunk him in.
Yeah, you got to be careful with your liquor, my friend.
Hey man, that shit. We haven't done that movie. That movie's dark as shit though. Honestly, Roger Rabbit.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I remember it being kind of sexual for a kid's movie at the time.
Not just sexual, dude. It's dark. Like when he dips that shoe in that slime stuff and he melts. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And it was Christopher Lloyd too. It was like, what are you doing, Doc? What bites 21 gigawatts of murder?
Yeah, I do remember it being dark. I mean,
And he had the baby that was smoking the cigar. That just reminded me of Danny DeVito. Maybe it was voiced by Danny DeVito. I don't know.
Was Danny DeVito in that movie? I can't remember.
I don't know, but that baby
No,
reminded me of Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah. Let's see what we got here, people. Tito's and Coke Zero for Jamie Wright. That's a good mix. Mountain Dew Frostbite for Chris Snyder. They're making a Mountain Dew Zero, by the way. That's like a shark bite or something like that. That sounds pretty good. Red's Wicked. That's that apple shit for Kane. Coca-Cola for Eric. Dr. Pepper for Vanessa Moreno. It's the sweet one.
Is anyone drinking that tomato juice bullshit? What's that? Modelo? Is that Modelo?
Michelado.
Oh God. Damn, what a disgusting flavor they birthed from hell on that one.
I'm trying
So
to.
nasty.
Nathan, I guess, has not seen my my message yet. Maybe he's waiting till 9.
He probably came to his senses and said, fuck it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I watched the first part of the show and just decided to go to sleep.
He's like, yeah, I'm good.
You're so bad, I literally went to sleep instead of coming on your show. Oh, no. Berto's eating roll tacos and a quesadilla.
Oh, I like that. Yes. By the way, speaking of quesadillas, it's not just quesadillas. Did you see that Taco Bell was bringing back their taters?
I did.
Their taters.
I never eat any of the potatoes from Taco Bell, but I imagine many people are very excited about that.
Oh, those Fiesta cheesy taters. Woo! Give me some of that. I like that. Plus, you get the soft taco with the taters inside of it. Feeling good.
I don't know. Potatoes and a taco just never turned me on. You know?
Well, you got if you're not open-minded, Mike, it never will. You gotta explore.
Get that potato out of my taco.
Explore the jungle. No, yeah. Like I think I saw somebody was like, no, we don't want just the taters back, motherfuckers. We want these back permanently, and they had like a list of demands. I was like, yeah, Taco Bell's not gonna care because you're still gonna eat their shit.
Yeah, didn't they take away the Mexican pizza too?
Yeah, the Mexican pizza's gone. They said they weren't going to bring that back. The Mexican pizza was on there. They wanted that back permanently. They want the Mexi fries permanent on the menu. And, they were like, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's like, it makes us more money when we have like a special, the Mexi fries come back. It's like which I never got into. It's kind of when McDonald's brings back they have McRibs. And everybody goes fucking ape shit on that. I never was into a McRib, but people love it. They rush out to McDonald's to get that.
Can't do the McRib, man. I don't understand it. It reminds me of in school when they're like, we're having rib sandwiches. I'm like, bitch, that ain't ribs.
Oh, what is that? Is it your rib cage of your husband? What are you feeding those kids?
It's like a diseased gummy turkey that you put in, but slapped it between two pieces of bread and said, here you go, kids.
The best thing that school lunches had were the pizzas, man. Those little fucking rectangular ones, those are good as shit.
Yeah, but they always gave me the poops, dude. Could never eat them. And because you don't want to poop at school, and like they immediately just gave me the poops. As soon as I eat one of those delicious rectangles, I had to go.
If someone asked me what to describe like high school in a couple of words with smell, it would be Crayolas, desperation, and pizza and ranch. Like that's like that was high school. If you walked in the front doors in the foyer, you'd get hit with all three of those.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially the Crayolas. Like the crayon smell was just like, oh, I'm in school now.
Like number 2 pencils and like paper. I don't know. I know paper doesn't really have a smell, but I don't know. For some reason, the school gave it a smell.
You remember the kids that used to steal the rectangle pizza in school? Like they would get in the line, like take an extra piece, like put it in their leather jacket pocket.
Yeah, like Napoleon Dynamite. They'd be in class eating that shit. He's
So
like, hey,
cool, dude.
hey, Napoleon, give me a piece of your pizza. No, get your own.
Give me your tots.
Get your own. Yeah, I always took my shit to the. I didn't really eat the lunch, but the library. There's a bunch of people in there that they let them bring in their food and shit. And I'd read like ghost books and smell ranch and pizza. So I guess I always associated ghosts with ranch and pizza. So like, if I was ever a ghost hunter, I was like, I smell ranch and pizza. A ghost is nearby.
Jamie Wright says this is the dumbest $5 I've ever spent. Is it J or J? J-A-Y. Love you guys.
No, it's good, man. It's just the letter J. I'll acknowledge either one, but I don't get salty if someone calls me J-A-Y. I think somebody said he'll acknowledge J-A-Y, but I think he prefers the letter. But I don't care either way. But yeah, J is what I go by, just the letter.
All right, guys, we got Nathan in the waiting room here. Gonna take him in. Coming on our show now to hang out with us pieces of shit is Nathan Baesel, the star of Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Here he comes. Here he comes to save the day. Make sure that they can see you. What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Oh, it's still connecting.
Oh shit.
Hey,
How we
man.
doing?
Hey, man.
Great, dude. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us tonight.
You're welcome.
Love the beard, man. The beard looks good.
It's not by choice. COVID did this to me. I think we're all dealing with, the effects of COVID in their own way. This is what happened to me.
Hey, it works for you, man. My 20 pounds of extra Coors Light COVID is not doing the same thing for me.
Mine is Miller Lite, but
Hey.
I'm fortunate. I kind of depend on exercise. I have to run or I'll just lose my fucking mind. So that's the only thing that keeps the weight off.
I get it, man. I used to go to the gym like every single day just for the same reason, just to deal with just made me feel better mentally. And then when I was too scared to go to the gym, I was like, man, working out at home sucks.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
I used to drive by the gym and be like, oh man, I never went in though.
Even when I had gym memberships, I rarely used them. So it always felt like I was paying somebody for the privilege of I don't know, losing money.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
but with running, I don't need a machine. I don't need a membership. I can just hit the street.
There you go.
Well, you live down there in California, right? Where it's the weather's a lot more seasonable. You go outside and run here, man, your nipples will never recover. They will just freeze
Where
right
are you
off. We're in Kentucky.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, for sure. I
lived
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
on the East Coast in New York for a little over 4 years, and I just never got used to that. I just never did.
Yeah.
On days where it felt like it was warming up, and the whole world was waking up and birds were chirping and people are acknowledging each other on the street, hey, isn't it a beautiful day, man? Total strangers. It just felt like we can have this throughout the whole year in Southern California.
Yeah.
That's why I've never even been to Cali, but that's why I've always wanted to go there, man. I just want to see what that's like to be there in the middle of the winter and have it be 60, 70 degrees outside and nice. I have noticed though that in Wisconsin, I've been there a couple times, and when the sun comes out for that 2 weeks that it comes out in Wisconsin, it's a really fun place to be because everybody's so used to being cold and fucking miserable that when the sun comes out, everybody just goes out and drinks. I mean, they're just out partying their asses off. You could be at a Walmart, people are just hanging outside doing shots. It's wild.
Well, in New York, we were doing that in the off season too, because it was just the order of the day. Just drink that. Just drink.
Just drink. I love the Miller Lite plug, man. We always ask people when they come on the show, hey, do you drink? Because
I'm a Miller Lite and Jim Beam guy. I mean, I'll drink the other stuff too. I'll pay, top shelf prices very reluctantly.
Mm-hmm.
But if left to my own devices, I'm a Miller Lite Jim Beam guy. Yeah.
I love it, man. Yeah, I've got my makers. Jay is a Michelob Ultra guy. That's the only thing he'll drink. We have a running thing on the show where
I love it.
we just have Jay try any beer other than Michelob Ultra, and he seizes up and almost dies.
Yeah, well, the taste buds rebel instantly, and they're like, "Nah, fuck it, I can't do it. I can't do it." I try, but I'm also an outsider in Kentucky because you pull up at the Tractor Supply. It's where they all hang out in their trucks, and you pull up with this the Michelob Ultra, and they're all drinking Natural Light. You better make sure that your shit's covered because they don't like that at all.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I started drinking Jim Beam. Well, that wasn't that was the reason I started drinking Jim Beam because, bringing beer to a house party, just you're lucky if you get two of them, before they're gone. So I realized I got to have something that nobody else is going to touch. I got to have something that is sip free, you know, like nobody's going to bother me for a sip of this, you know. First it was malt liquor, but that takes its toll on you. You feel it the next day, you know. Jim, if you manage yourself all right, you can get by with just a pint.
Will you do that now? Will you do that on the rocks? Are you a straight Jim guy, or do you mix it with the Coke?
You know, the back pocket of a party, you know, I'll do it straight, but yeah, preference is over ice.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point at this point in quarantine where I will just drink it straight and just walk around the house in my underwear drinking straight bourbon, and it's fine.
And you know, with Makers, you can do that too. You want to do that.
Yeah,
you know, Makers is a good whiskey for that.
Yeah, I enjoy it, man. It's a good mixer too. I found some do not mix well. Like we got Woodford down here, which is a big one, and I've mixed it a couple times. And I'm like, I'm just wasting good whiskey doing this, but. Yeah. But with the Makers, it works. But anyways, I mean,
it's nice to have an alcohol that's so good that you want to sip it. You don't want to mix it with anything. You just want to drink the thing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when I had an appreciation for tequila for the first time, because I thought I'd burned out on high school parties. But real good tequila is.
Oh man, you say high school right away. Like tequila, man, in high school. Jose Cuervo, that was. Oh
dude,
man,
I can't even be around that smell.
Yeah, I can't smell it. Yeah.
Tequila. Tequila and
so
Jaeger,
bad.
dude. Tequila and Jaeger. When you get bad enough of a hangover on those two, it's a dark night. For sure.
Yeah,
man.
So you've drank tequila straight, like on the rocks, like that's something you can do. I can't imagine. I've seen people do it. I'm like, if
it's a good quality tequila. Oh yeah. I not even on the rocks. I'd prefer it straight. Yeah.
So that's like, is there one below Patron, or is Patron like the kind of? I don't know much about tequila, so.
Patron's good. Yeah.
I'll have to try that maybe. Maybe I need a new alcohol in my life. It's not like I don't have enough of it, so.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to add.
I feel like we're a YouTube show that's getting ready to start drunk history.
What is this show all about?
Yeah, we're gearing it up.
We've done. Hey,
just get a bunch of drunks together and
let's just do it. Let's talk about it.
Hey, yeah, it was nice to have you on, Nathan. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys.
We got what we needed. No.
Anytime you need a drunk chat.
On that note, getting into the other stuff, man. So I actually hesitate to ask you this because I know it's something that you get asked all the time, but I just figured we'll get it out of the way. As far as Behind the Mask, there is, and it's listed on IMDb as announced, you know, the Before the Mask, the prequel sequel that's supposed to come out that I know everybody's been asking you about, but I know what happened.
Not really on IMDb. It's listed on IMDb.
Yeah, it just says announced on there. It still says announced. But
I missed the announcement.
I guess it was from back in the day. But I know that you guys, you went for the crowdfunding thing, and we're hopeful it was going to happen, and it didn't end up happening. And then they turned it into a comic book series. But I just wanted to ask, like, with everything going on now, where it seems like there's so many projects being crowdfunded and there's so much stuff like that that's actually able to be successful, especially lately. Has there been any movement on that whatsoever?
No, but not for lack of interest, and I think that's on everybody's part. And just as a creative exercise, you know, and it may be that's all it ever is a creative exercise. During COVID, I wanted to get some writing done, and I wrote some material for, you know, whatever. An iteration of Behind the Mask that you know, we could get going on a kind of serial basis, but one that's just a lot less labor intensive than doing a full production, you know. And that interested me as a way to go, because you know, finding something that can that you can run and gun and just do it on a really lean, you know, with lean resources. You know, people are proving all the time that you can get a lot of really good stuff done with very little, and there's no reason why, you know, we couldn't be. I know that a lot of people, you know, from Behind the Mask would love to take on a project, especially if we were looking at a really tight shoot window. And yeah, so if it develops any further, you know, yeah, maybe we'll have some news down the road, but yeah, in the meantime, the interest is there, and that's always flattering.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear. Did you do any of the writing with the guys when they wrote the original one, or?
No. No, it was all done and set in stone, and there was no need to. Although David Stevie, the writer, he came on set, and I don't think we did any real changes, but he piped in and threw in his 2 cents, and it was great to have the voice of the script, make contributions in real time to the work that we were doing. That was cool. But yeah, no, it was a really solid script. I mean, one of the first that I ever read that just felt like mathematically this fucking works. Everything works.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Actually, was like what attracted you like right away to the script as you were reading it? Was there like a specific thing, like a hook that was like, oh man, I gotta do this right away?
Probably the fact that it was breaking down horror movies into conventions, and that was something that interested me on an intellectual basis, but it also interested me in the sense that I'm scared of scary movies.
Hey man, I am too.
I steered away from horror movies, not really intentionally, but just because like if I was given my druthers on a Saturday night, like I don't want to scare myself. Like why would I want to do that to myself?
I get you, man. 100%. Yeah.
It didn't compute, but I've always had an interest in the genre, and to the extent that I was able to dip my toe, fully into the water. I watched The Exorcist. It fucking freaked me out. I watched Shining. It freaked me out.
Yeah.
So I have an appreciation for the genre, but I just didn't really have a whole lot of awareness of it. And the script helped me to, have a way in, and a way in that I've applied to pretty much every horror movie that I've watched since reading that script.
There you go.
I was going to actually ask you about that too, man, because that movie, it works on so many levels. Like you almost, I don't want to say, I think it's entertaining for anybody who watches it. I think anybody could turn on, not even a huge slasher fan that doesn't know about the tropes of slasher movies, could turn it on and watch it and be entertained, because you were super charismatic in it, man. You were hilarious. The off-the-wall stuff. The whole movie was great. It was amazing. But I do think that there's another level there with the deeper jokes that you guys did with like how serial killers trained or slashers trained, because they have to look like they're walking with the cardio and like the cryogenic chamber. I don't know if it's cryogenic chamber, whatever it's called. But all that stuff like that, I wondered, like, was there any of that stuff that when you first read it, not being a horror fan, that you like didn't get the joke at first?
Well, like the closet thing, I think I probably had seen one movie up to that point that incorporated the kind of closet thing, because I hadn't seen a lot of the movies that our movie referenced,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I did have a little bit of familiarity from, one, maybe two movies where there was like a kind of closet thing, and, the person going in the closet to hide, and then, the menace standing outside and like shifting around and then kind of turning and walking away. And that just always baffled me, it just always confused me why that happened, it was just, but the script kind of enlightened me in that, illuminated that for me, and it gave me a way in to appreciate that little beat that happens in a lot of movies that I've seen since.
That's awesome, man. We have we have some questions from the chat, if you don't mind answering those as well.
Cool.
Hardy Nugget 96. Hardy Nugget.
Hardy Nugget. What's up, Hardy?
That's one of them good ones. You open up
That's one of them old nuggets.
Yeah, you open up your McDonald's 10-pack and you're like, hey, I got some value out of that one. It says, hey, Wham fam, hope y'all are doing well. And Nathan, I hope you're doing well too, man. I just wanted to say I'm a big fan and thank you for bringing another icon to the screen. So not really a question, but just a thank you.
Thank you, Hardy. Nugget. Mr. Nugget. Or Lady Nugget.
Boneless.
Yeah.
Is it a nugget or is it a boneless wing? At this point, I don't know. It's so Hardy.
Yeah.
Scream Queen says, love Scott Wilson. Can you share what it was like working with such a veteran actor?
Such a veteran actor?
And Scott Wilson.
With Scott Wilson?
Yeah.
Scott Wilson. Oh man, well, it was easy. It was just easy, with him. What you see is what you get. He was just such a genuine and uh, giving guy. So yeah, it wasn't really working with him. The roles that we had, him as mentor, me as mentee. It kind of required that I just sit there and listen and be in awe of him. And that was pretty easy to do.
Right, yeah.
I bet, man. I saw one of your interviews too, where you were talking about working with Robert Englund, and you said that I think it was the van scene, when you're talking to her next to the van, and you said that Robert Englund was sticking around to watch, and then he came up to you afterward and was just like, "Hey, man, you're doing it right."
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was sticking around to kind of see what he'd gotten himself into,
Yeah.
because you don't, and especially in he was like Scott Wilson, like Zelda. They're brought in for a really concentrated amount of time. In Scott's case, it was a few days, but and then Robert's too. Yeah, it was a few days with him, but it's a really quick kind of in and out thing, and I think they're saying yes to participate in the project purely off of, just crossing fingers that, the script, obviously they've read the script, but, just crossing fingers that, these people have their act together, especially in our case. We were novices, this was the first time director, and I'd never done a film before, so you just don't know what you're getting into, I think he was pleasantly surprised after watching.
Did you know,
us shoot that scene
because you said that you didn't really watch a lot of the horror movie stuff, or, occasionally watch them. Did you know Robert Englund as the iconic Fred Krueger? I mean, did you know?
Yeah, I had seen the Nightmare on Elm Street. I had seen 1 and 2 of Nightmare on Elm Street. I went on vacation once with my family up to Washington to my uncle's house, and my uncle owned a video store, and so basically all we did that week that we were there was grab movies off the shelf. So I watched everything, and I think we knocked out 1 and 2 on that trip.
That's crazy.
And so those definitely stuck with me, and getting a thumbs up from him, definitely meant something.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That was the experience of watching it too, man, though. It really was. I can't remember exactly where I was, but I remember it was just one of those random DVD buys. Me and my girlfriend at the time would just go buy random, horror movie DVDs, and we just popped it in, and instantly, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass because you're nice enough to do the show, but like instantly when you started on screen and you had that charisma and you had, that energy to you, I was like, that guy's fucking got it. Like that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it's like this. That was me. I was like, that guy's fucking got it, man. That guy's good.
Yeah. Yeah, your shit was on point for sure, man. You really, like, I might mention charismatic on screen. Was there anything like pretty much stick to the script, or did they allow any kind of ad lib at all, like, making up your own lines, and it was kept in the movie?
The Paradise Lost thing seemed really like an ad lib, like a perfect one.
I was not in the script.
Nice. I fucking knew it, dude. I knew it.
Go, man. Yeah, well, it was premeditated, though. It wasn't improvised, because we'd been at a party. I don't know. I think it was one of the cast. Oh yeah, it was Ben and Britton. They were throwing a party in their extended stay suite, and somebody said Paradise Lost found it, and it just cracked me up, and we were all laughing at it. I remember, but nobody can remember who said it. Nobody can remember how it came up. But in any case, it just stuck with me. And our last production shoot was at the downtown library in Portland, and I was like, library. If I can't, insert a Paradise Lost found it reference in this scene somewhere, then shame on me.
So did you actually have to place the book behind you in that scene to get that to work?
Yeah. We had to find it first, run through the stacks and then place it. And where we were shooting, I think, was like the economy section or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you look at the books, the binders of the books behind me, they're all like, I don't know, statistical analysis or something like that. This is the subject.
So I guess the director
But
was
here's
pretty.
Paradise Lost.
So the director was pretty cool on that. I know that there are some directors, like Mike mentioned, Quentin Tarantino film. Quentin Tarantino is pretty notorious about like with the ad-libbing or just adding on anything, or they're like, no, stick to the fuck. So he was pretty cool, I guess, with allowing it and just being like, oh man, that's awesome. We're gonna add it in, like, for sure.
Well, I mean, I understand why Quentin Tarantino would be very specific about what he
Right.
he writes and how he wants what he writes represented,
Mhm.
And frankly, we didn't need to deviate from the script. There was already a real kind of live feel embedded in the script, so we didn't have to improvise really at all, and stray from the script, because the script was already, we just needed to deliver it. It was already great. We just had to do a good job delivering it.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park, man, for sure. That's no doubt.
Absolutely, man. I was going to ask you as well in that vein. So I don't know if you saw it or not, because I don't know how much you follow, the slasher stuff that's going on currently. But I mean, that's one of the reasons I thought that maybe, if anything, could revive the idea of doing, another Leslie Vernon film, with Halloween 2018 coming out, which is a big thing around here. And, the slash.
Not in Kentucky, but everywhere.
Yeah, just on this channel. Yeah. But with all the, it seems like horror is just, I don't know if it's the internet or social media or what, but we found that there is just a goddamn huge amount of horror fans out there, and they are thirsty for any horror content, especially in the slasher verses. But they did a fan film for Jason called Never Hike in the Snow. And in this fan film, they actually, at the end of it, it's been out for a while, so it's not totally a spoiler. They brought back a main character from the 6th Jason movie, and Tom Matthews as a surprise character at the end of it. And they're doing some crazy stuff with that. And it doesn't look like a fan film. I mean, it looks like a film that you can't, the naked eye, you just can't look at it and see something that wouldn't be just as
Cool.
good on screen. And they're bringing back major characters for stuff like this. And if someone came to you with that idea and they were like, hey, I'm making a fan film, it's actually got a real budget, we Indiegogo'd it, we crowdfunded it, would you be willing to play, and the script was right?
And probably not. Just because I don't own Leslie Vernon. He's not my intellectual property. So it would be, a little bit of a heft to lend, Leslie Vernon in name to any project. But if I've learned one thing from the horror community, it's that there's some incredibly talented people out there, and there's no lack of cleverness and creativity in that community. So I guess never say never, but it would be a real trick.
Hey man, I was going to ask you, so you did a lot of like stage plays and things like that, right? I mean, you're more used to that. So you were saying Leslie Vernon was your first actual film. You prefer the stage, or did you prefer like doing the acting in front of a camera? Which one would you prefer?
It totally depends on the project.
Yeah. Could you
So-
imagine Leslie Vernon being on stage? Doing, like,
we
a
talked
play?
about it.
He's great
Yeah.
artist enough. I could see that shit. Yeah.
We talked about it. Yeah, it'd make a great musical.
I could see that. I could actually see that. Yeah.
The run walk scene would be fucking beautiful. Yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah.
I would love that. That would be awesome.
Flame.
that would be my favorite number. Belting that into the rafters.
Oh man. That would be awesome.
I'm bringing home the Tony already. I'm already.
There you go.
in my hand.
I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most about it, is that, when that movie came out and it got such a cult following, I feel like if that had come out today, in the height of all this horror stuff, and it was like, I guess if Behind the Mask came out today, then it was like pretty much, I think most people probably found it on DVD, and they saw the cover of it and they looked at it and they decided to rent it maybe, and then it got word of mouth, and that's how cult classics happened back then, which that movie's become. If it came out today, I'd imagine it would probably be digital video release. And then I just feel like with, you know, and film festivals and whatever, and however else they release all that stuff, I feel like if it came out today, it would have got a lot more notoriety than it did then. And that pisses me off just as a fan of the movie, like thinking, man, shit, then it wouldn't have been a problem doing a sequel, doing whatever what the hell you guys wanted to do with it. But I don't even know exactly where I was going with that. I was just making my own statement.
But the problem that we had then is the problem that we would have now, which is that you can't explain this movie to anybody. You certainly can't wrap it up in a 1-sentence summary, you know, not in any way that's going to really, you know, convey the appeal of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you market that? You know,
you'd have to lie. I mean, you'd have to tell people that you're going to see a really scary slasher film, and then you're going to have to deal with people being pissed off because it was a smart comedy / slasher film.
But I think that's what has worked for us and has worked to continue the momentum of the movie is that most of how people who really appreciate the movie come across it is unassumingly.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's been recommended to them by somebody, but you know, I feel like the people who are, you know, kind of most appreciative of the movie are the ones who just kind of like you know, just they came across it in a rental, you know, they were, you know, scanning for something to watch on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Now it's streaming, you know, and they find something that they just really didn't know what to expect, and it, you know, took them in a bunch of different directions, and they had a really fun time.
Yeah,
and you're absolutely right. I mean, as far as saying like hard to like wrap it up and explain it to somebody like what it is. I mean, especially someone that's not into horror movies at all, and they're like, well, this is a great film because it's a dark comedy, but it's also a horror film at the same time. And really to explain what it honestly is would be a hard task for anybody. But I mean, man, you guys hit so many different genres in that film. It was amazing. It was really awesome to watch. And I think anybody, even outside the horror community, would enjoy it. Like, that's what's so unique about it, though. But it really is an amazing flick, for real.
Yeah,
yeah, I think it operates on a few different levels, or kind of, you know, lives on a couple different levels, and I think that's what helps it hold up to multiple viewings. And those kinds of movies are always special. I love those movies that you can go back to and you can watch it again and again and again and again. You know, if it's on TV at any point in the movie, I'll start watching it and I'll watch it to the end, you know?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Those movies are great, and they're pretty rare, you know, but when you find them, it's special.
100%.
Absolutely, man. Some other questions from the chat. Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury, which is pretty great goddamn name. I don't know when the last time you had a Salisbury steak was, but it's been a long time for me. I need to get on that.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
The TV dinners is the last time.
Hungry Man dinner.
Yeah, I was going to say Hungry Man.
Dude.
That was yesterday's.
Hey, did you ever have the ones that were like the beer battered fish covered in like nacho cheese? Did you ever have those Hungry Mans?
Damn, dude.
That was
dark.
a special kind of fat, dude. Yeah. A lot of cardio after that one.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that'll stop up the old arteries.
The arteries. Yeah.
He says, I love Behind the Mask, especially the scenes with Scott Wilson. Did he give you any acting advice that stuck with you?
Well, he was just a great collaborator when we were working on the film, but the advice that I really appreciate, and why I appreciate him, why he's just really special to me and always will be, is because he was always so open and willing to nurture our friendship after the film. And I hit a rough patch, and I reached out to him for advice, and he was there for me. And he was always there for me. I mean, he was always, he was always extending the open invitation to visit. And I do kick myself about not taking advantage of that nearly as much as I should have. Yeah.
I've heard you mention several times the kind of mentor relationship you guys had. And that's just really fucking cool, man. That's just, you know, That's an awesome thing. Devin Davis asks, "Hey guys, I live in NYC and am currently working on my thesis in film school. Behind the Mask was genuinely a unique film with solid execution all around. Really inspiring work. Do you have a favorite memory from the set?"
That's general. A favorite memory from the whole thing, just from the whole.
Call them keepers.
My favorite memory from the whole experience.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You got to decide. Welcome to Fear Factor, Nathan Baesel.
There's too many. Too many. I spent one day off. I didn't have too many days off because I was in a lot of it. And but when I did have a day off, I just really enjoyed it. Went to downtown one afternoon and ate some mushrooms and walked around the museum and then smoked some pot and went to Team America World Police.
Holy shit, that had to be fucking incredible.
It blew my mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say that had to be incredible. Oh my god.
I was in such pain. I thought I was in trouble at a couple points, that I'd done damage to myself. It was a really unpleasant experience at certain points.
Oh man.
You talking about in the theater while you were watching the movie specifically?
I was so loud too. I'm sure. And I was just.
Yeah, that's when you know you've had, like, when you've hit the pot and then you've done the mushroom, you're like, I might have fucked something up here. Like there's some wires crossing up. Like I'm watching Team America World Police. Oh my god, yeah, I could only imagine.
It was way too much.
Yeah.
In all the right ways.
I couldn't imagine, dude. I've done mushrooms twice in my life, and I could not imagine being in public for either of those. I just, Jesus, God bless anyone who could do that. But yeah, I'd have been in jail, dude. I'd have been in jail, no doubt about it. That's fucking hilarious, though. That was the best.
Don't really do that for me. I've had a few times with mushrooms, but yeah, they don't really kick me in the head like they do some people. But I don't know. Everybody always tells me it's dosage, but I feel like sometimes I'm just stuffing them in by the handful and still don't. Yeah.
You know, it didn't seem like you had an answer to that question, and then you just fucking came out of left field with maybe the best answer to a question that I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Right.
What was the best?
I really reached deep for that one because that was tough.
That sounds like a good goddamn time. Oh man, yeah. The first time I did them, I just laying in my girlfriend's bed on like the second level of a house, and I saw a stop sign like 2 miles away, and all of a sudden the first time it kicked in, my vision just zoomed in. I was like, I could see every speck of dust on this stop sign right now. And then I look over and there's a Jim Morrison poster on her wall, and like, you know the classic one where he's like, just like with his shirt off and he's sitting there, and then all of a sudden he got like the thorns and turned into Jesus and was like looking. This is just Jesus staring at me from this bed that doesn't even have like a bed rack. It's just on the floor, and I was just like, man, this is fucking awesome. I'm having a great
Sounds like
time.
you on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I would be like, no. No, Jesus.
I felt euphoric, so it was okay.
It's too freaky.
Later.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not Jesus, dude. You're Jim Morrison.
Okay. So you knew he wasn't Jesus.
Yeah.
He was just there to.
Exactly.
Okay.
I had a good time both times, but they were just both such crazy times that I couldn't imagine being anywhere in public, I'd have shit my pants and like fucking done something stupid. I don't know. But Nightmare Kid asked, Nathan, did you get to keep the mask?
I did not keep anything. In fact, nobody did. Well, somebody did. We were thieved. We finished. We wrapped at the library, and I took all my gear off in the changing room and changed into my civilian clothes. And the director, Scott Glosserman, he comes up to me. I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes later or so, and he says, "Where'd you put the gear? The Leslie gear?" I put it in the changing room there. There's nothing in there. It's all gone.
Oh shit.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, so somebody grabbed all.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
They got the mask and everything.
And there were multiple masks too.
Oh shit! So did they have to go back and like make new masks for it? Like were the
No, that was the last we wrapped. It was all done.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So somewhere there's a
That
thief
sucks.
out there right now with the final copy of that fucking mask.
Well, did you want it? I mean, did you want like
Wow.
a mask to take home with you? Like,
it would have been cool,
Yeah.
but
But you got
Yeah.
fucking robbed. Somebody sold it.
You got robbed
well,
by
it
a
wasn't
serial
mine. It
killer.
wouldn't have
I
been.
know, but
you know,
it's like shit,
well,
man. I
I'm
mean,
taking all this shit with me. You know, maybe I should have. I should have
Yeah.
just taken everything and just shoved it in a bag and then run.
Hey, worst case
like a
scenario.
black garbage bag.
Hey, we need to start cruising eBay and see who sold a really lifelike, Leslie Vernon mask. We could find that fucker because they're not just gonna keep it.
Yeah, I would think so. I think just hang on to that shit.
Yeah.
Wear it on
I was gonna
Halloween.
say they might keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't respect it enough not to fucking steal it, then they probably don't need it for a souvenir. You know what I
Or
mean?
maybe they stole it because they have so much respect.
Maybe that was
There
yeah.
you go. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
that could be it. That could be it. I like your
That's
version
why
better.
I steal. That's why I used to steal candy bars. I respected them so much.
I still keep them in my bunk at night. I just pull them out and I look at them. This is Zach Nuts special to me. Marco Vivator says, Nathan, how or what did you have to do to bring that character to life and bring him that type of personality?
Personality was all mine. I was just having a good time. Leslie's, a guy who's on the verge of just like, the precipice of just launching his name into the pantheon of, greats. And that's pretty much where I felt that I was in my career. And, so I was just being me, he loves what he does and he doesn't apologize for it. He just thinks that maybe it's a little misunderstood and getting some clarity on things would probably benefit, probably benefit the profession. And so here's a documentary crew to follow me around while I'm just about to become famous.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. When I first watched it, I thought the whole thing with the character, like he was gonna turn out to be like not necessarily like he wasn't gonna really do it. Like the actual Leslie Vernon was gonna show up or something like that, like a ghost or some shit like that. Like he wasn't really gonna go through with the whole thing. And then when it kicks into high gear in the second half, I'm like, holy shit, this guy's actually gonna do it. I felt like the camera crew, because I felt like the camera crew was following you around, like, nah, man, this guy's kind of out there, but he's not really gonna do it. But then when you do it, I'm like, holy shit, like that's why it's so unique and I love it, man. It's just so crazy, like how great of a character that is, Leslie Vernon.
Well, I think, there are some people that see the turn that it takes a mile away, and they just, don't really, I don't know, they just appreciate other aspects of the movie, but maybe they're just kind of a little cynical or a little like me. I'm always 3 beats ahead, it feels like, from wherever I'm at in a movie. I'm already thinking ahead. The really special movies for me are the ones where I'm not really thinking ahead. I'm just really captured and in the moment, but a lot of times I just I'm already anticipating, the next moment. And so I do tend to see things before they come down the pike. And I tend to be, really unimpressed by the fact that I wasn't surprised at all. Some people are really surprised by that turn that it takes behind the mask, and I always appreciate that because I feel like I'm too cynical to be that kind of person who can. But sometimes movies are like that. It
took me for a surprise, man. Like it fooled me for sure. Like I was happy about that. That was awesome.
I was pleasantly surprised because I thought you were so likable just as a guy, and like these people are following you around. I think that was when they were writing that, it had to be something like, oh man, we want the audience to like these people, but if they stand by and they watch him just slaughter people and then they just keep filming, then they become unlikable. So that position had to be hard when they were writing that. But when you go in the room and you kill the people who are having sex and you come back out and then they all of a sudden get revolted by it, I felt like I was happy because I was like, I thought when watching it the first time, I was like, they're going to back out of this at some point. He's not actually going to go all the way with it. But I thought it was a ballsy move to just say, no, he's fucking killing people in here. This is happening.
Well, I think they built themselves good ground to stand on. I guess I'm tooting my own horn. When they cast me I think my take was different from a lot of people who were seeing the character as a, you know, kind of just real menacing, you know, he's evil. So, you know, you just be evil. You know, there was a lot of shouting on the other side of the wall in the casting room. You know, I could hear when other people were auditioning, there was just a lot of, you know, that kind of thing. And I just, you know, I just felt like that's unnecessary. You know, the guy does what he does. He doesn't, you know, he can be really passionate about and love his profession. You know, he doesn't have to be like a symbol of his profession. You know, so just allowing the character to be likable opened up, in my opinion, an opportunity for the audience to get engaged in a way that they wouldn't have had they gone with probably the more commercial choice by, you know, casting somebody who's just like really big and burly and, you know, kind of intense and, you know, that whole thing. You know, if you don't get that likable quality, then you don't give the audience a chance to really bond and really care when all that shit starts, you know, happening.
100%.
That's nuts to me, dude. So like, and one of the questions I was going to ask you was like I'm always interested when people end up doing stuff like this. Like, okay, what was the first time like you heard the words Leslie Vernon? Like, how did it all actually start? You know, how did you end up getting this role? But the thought of you sitting in an audition room and you didn't know that the character was supposed to be likable at all, and thinking of the movie, had they had someone go in and been like trying to be like, you know, I'm Leslie Vernon, like while they're on screen before the killings, the thought that it wasn't obvious on the page that you were supposed to be charismatic and likable that's fucking astounding to me, dude. I think that's definitely clearly why you got the role. I mean, that's genius, you know. That's really fucking cool.
Man.
I
think that's just it's kind of my it's kind of my nature to. I think a lot of times in acting class too, I would be the guy who would see how other people were doing the scene, and then I would just make the choice that's completely opposite because I didn't want to do what those guys were doing. You know what I mean? That might have been the entire, you know, take that I had on the character, was just like, well, I'm not gonna be like that fucking guy.
That movie would have been terrible if you had just like a serious, like, I'm a serial killer and I'm always a serial killer, and then they ended up being a serial killer. I
think that naturally happens when people feel like, when actors feel like they don't have they don't believe in what they're selling. You know, they're not buying their own product. They're not buying that they're, and you know, in my case, in Leslie Vernon's case, they don't buy that they're a serial killer. They don't buy that they're somebody who's dangerous. They don't buy any of that stuff, and so they feel like they have to kind of project what quality they feel like the audience should be getting from them. Right. You know, which is like, anger and, you know, meanness and threats, that's,
I was gonna say, like almost like if they read the script, they feel like they have to overcompensate. Right. They read it and they're like, oh, it's a serial killer, so that means I'm a mean, burly, evil force.
But the thing with Leslie, and maybe this is in the script, and maybe you would get this if you were really keying into the character on the script, is Leslie doesn't apologize for fucking shit.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you're either on board or you're not. If you're not, then I could give a shit. If you are, I'll lay down the rules, and so there's nothing to be this over. I mean, there are moments where there's an opportunity to see what Leslie's like with the mask on when he's not wearing it, but for the most part, the mask is off, and he doesn't need to be that guy because it's not time.
I just find
Right
it
on, man.
super fucking interesting that like that didn't read off the page. That
I
like,
would imagine that's what I was thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they weren't like, hey, they didn't tell you, hey, you're a likable guy, you're a really lovable dude, you're full of energy, like none of that stuff. Like, if and me being a non-actor, would have read that and I would have gone in there and I would have done the exact fucking thing those other dudes did. I'd be like, I'm a serial killing son of
I'm
a
a monster.
bitch. I'm ready to fuck shit up,
I'm gonna kill you and smell your entrails all over.
Yeah.
Why I oughta
Dude, when you did
to the moon.
we will go to Houston and we will rule. But when you did your audition for it, were they shocked as shit that you were being likable, or like were they like, that's what the fuck we're talking about, or were they like, holy shit, I didn't even see it that way?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was completely outside of their, they hadn't thought of anything in that the way that I took it, but there was a great back and forth in the room, and that was with me and Angela, who I was auditioning with. It was with me and David Stevie was there, and Scott Glosserman, and Ben Pace was there too, I believe. And there was just a really good, easy rapport, really right off the bat. And I think that probably helped more than anything suggest to them that this might be a good way to go, is because we just synced,
Yeah, I get it. The chemistry. Yeah, the good chemistry.
That's just the wildest thing, man. That's the wildest thing to me. That
And you had to be nervous, like you had to be like sweating balls. Like, I mean, it's your first.
I hate auditioning.
Yeah,
I'm the worst auditioner.
You'd have to be
terrible.
a sadist to like that
I was
shit.
gonna be like, shit, man. Like, I couldn't even only imagine sitting like in the room waiting to go in and just hearing that from the other side and be like, oh shit.
Even thinking about sitting in a waiting room gets my pressure up.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
Jesus. Couldn't imagine. Hey, I did notice on your IMDb they got you listed for a movie called Crossbow Creek. And the idea of it, the synopsis sounded pretty cool to me. Is that something that maybe got halted by COVID, or is that something you're going to get behind the camera again in 2021?
It got impacted by it, but I think it's probably still going forward. My buddy Andy, he we've worked together on another film, and he was raising the money to do a trailer for it, and so we shot some stuff for it, and he put that together, and I think he's got a package now that he's working on getting funding with. But yeah, it's he's another guy who writes scripts that are just solid. They just work. The mathematics of the script work. It feels very 2 + 2 = 4. Well, I get this. This is all. Yeah. Just check the box.
I was going to ask you real quick. Do you like being in front of the camera, or do you like enjoy being off the camera, like behind the scenes? Like, if you had to pick, which one is your favorite to be?
Because, by the way, not a lot of people know this about you. You're super successful in the editorial department. You've been doing Deadliest Catch and all that stuff like that. You managed to create a career in the editorial department doing awesome stuff. So that's
editorial. I don't know. I need to go on there and revise my IMDb because it's editorial is not correct. I work in post production, but not editing. I do need to fix that. I just don't care enough. I got.
Sounds cool either way, though.
Yeah, I've been working off camera for the last 10 years, but yeah, I do enjoy working on camera. I appreciate the technicality of it, and I do enjoy working in a technical way, but I also enjoy working in a kind of organic way, and theater acting tends to be a little closer to an organic sense of acting for me, and so I guess I always kind of steered in that direction. But I think with a project like Behind the Mask, it was just a fantastic exercise in acting, because I got to work not just in a kind of free space of documentary style, acting, but also in a cinematic style, and was able to knock out both those exercises in a first project, which is rare to have that opportunity. Rarely do you get as much camera time as I got.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the project again, but
I get you.
Well, I think that I think Jay's question comes from a place of, which is exactly how I kind of feel. Like, I mean, if I was in a producing position somewhere, there's a shit ton of fucking roles where I'd be like, get this fucking guy in and have him audition for it, man. There's something in your performance in that movie that just like screams like you got something amazing with the acting, man. I mean, it really is impressive, and it's special, and it stands out.
I think I'll be getting back out there too. I appreciate that. I haven't walked away from acting. I was doing teaching in the time that I've been working for my company, and that was really gratifying, teaching acting. But yeah, I do miss doing acting, and I think I'm going to be getting back to it soon.
Yeah, man. Well, you should for sure. You're a great actor for sure, 100%.
Yeah. We'd all love to see it, man. Chris Snyder asked, "Hey, Nathan, Mike, and Jay, question for all of you: how do you feel about a Behind the Mask and Hatchet crossover? I don't know if you've seen Hatchet. It's Adam Green.
I feel good about that.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, that would be an interesting crossover for sure.
Adam already set the stage for it in Hatchet 2. He already mentioned Leslie Vernon, so it's easy crossover.
Go. And just the fact that that, and Adam Green seems like the type of dude who would just be 100% down for
Adam
that shit.
has been a really fantastic cheerleader for us, and I've appreciated how enthusiastically he's supported our movie, because we were the first two films that were released theatrically by fucking blanking on Anchor Bay.
Anchor Bay, yeah.
I didn't realize. And I think Anchor Bay's doing Scream, right? Is that the same company that's doing the new Scream movie?
I don't know.
No, it's Spyglass. I'm thinking of Spyglass. Yeah.
Spyglass, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, they branched out from video and DVD distribution to theatrical distribution, and we were their first. Behind the Mask was their first theatrical release, and we did not make money for them. I'm sure we were a disappointment, but Hatchet did well, and it's still doing well, so good for them.
How does that work, by the way? So this is a question I plan on asking you, but so you're an actor. I'm guessing you're looking for roles. You're looking for stuff to audition for. Like from the first time you heard the words Leslie Vernon, like how did you end up, being Nathan Baesel, and then ending up in this movie? Like, what was the first time you heard of it? How did you end up on the movie? Was it just you got a notice about the audition, you went and you got it, or
my agent got me the audition appointment and sent me the script, and yeah.
It makes fucking sense considering how you explained the audition process, because I guarantee 99.9% of motherfuckers, because I would have done it, would have went in there and been like, I'm a fucking badass serial killer, and I'm here to fuck you up.
Yeah, I was like, I saw this shit on Craigslist. You guys are auditioning. I don't know.
Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but if I read that script too, I'd be like, okay, you're a serial killer, you're a slasher, you're Michael fucking Myers, and then it's genius stroke on your part. That's maybe my favorite part from this whole interview, is you explaining that you heard other people doing it that way, because I never would have pictured it any way other than the way you did it, and I would have figured that everybody else auditioning would have been trying to do it the way you did it. But to hear that you're the only one that, maybe the only one at least, that went in there and was just like, hey, I'm a likable dude, but I'm also a fucking serial killer is awesome.
I think it's probably I don't.
Sorry, that's not really a question. I was just like saying shit out loud as I did.
I went to a different place, but I think the dark side, and I think it's something that I don't have as much reluctance representing or showing to people, especially in my acting. So I think that's just it comes easier for me than some people maybe.
Yeah, well, it was fucking great, man. Evan Alpaul asked for Nathan, "What's your favorite snack?" It's an easy one, buddy. That's
Bananas.
but
There you go.
bananas. Are you just looking for the first food in your fucking kitchen right now?
Basically, yeah. I made I've been making granola, homemade granola,
Oh yeah.
and I've been mixing yogurt with that and a little honey. I like that. I like that a
Hey,
lot.
man, I know we're gonna let you go here soon. I was just gonna ask you, what do you prefer, like overall? Like, do you prefer being on the stage doing the acting, or like in front of a camera? I know there's differences, obviously, but what do you prefer if you had your choice? What would be your overall like pick? Would it be on stage in front of a big crowd, or would it be in front of a camera with a crew
Well, it
cast?
depends on the project again, because like with Behind the Mask,
Yeah.
my character is on screen a whole bunch, so
Mhm.
I'm getting the hell of an acting workout,
Right.
and the range that I get to do in that role, it's going to be fantastically rewarding. But like I said, those opportunities are few and far between, and with theater, there's a lot more opportunity generally to mix and have the collaboration be really creative and stimulating and inspiring, and then there's not necessarily the specific projects that I worked on, but the collaborations that I've had. There theater groups that I've worked with, that just where they're coming from and how they work is a dynamic that just really gets me interested and excited and inspired, and so it's the project.
Yeah.
Squeam Queen asks, as an actor, do you have a boundary or limit on what you will or won't do, taboo subjects, etc., or do you just want to be true to the part?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess some taboo subjects. I mean, I unless there was some kind of justification for it in the story, there's lots of kinds of people that I wouldn't want to represent. A lot,
Especially these days, right?
Yeah. But yeah, if the script is good and it feels like it's justified in the character, I like using the character as an opportunity to explore aspects of myself in a more nuanced way, and in a more deep kind of way, and that's what Behind the Mask certainly was an opportunity to just kind of do a deep dive on me.
Sutter Gillette asks if you don't mind answering. He says, how do you feel about the Halloween franchise? And if so, how do you feel about Halloween Kills? Are you excited about that? Did you see I was going to ask that myself. Did you see 2018 Halloween? How do you feel about that? It's a big thing here. I don't know if I said that.
I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. I didn't watch my first Halloween movie until last year.
No shit.
That's pretty cool, though. Yeah. You got a lot of catching up to do, man, though. But, I mean, did you like it?
I know this. So I saw the first Halloween movie last year, and I watched Halloween 4. I think Halloween 5.
Did you start with Halloween 4? Was that the first Halloween movie you saw?
No, the first Halloween.
Okay, good.
70.
All right, just needed to know that. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's important.
And then I saw a good chunk of Halloween 8. Which is interesting. Yeah. I'm really interested in how they got Jamie Lee Curtis back to do this, and from what I understand, they have done it in a way that kind of reconciles aspects that were kind of problematic story-wise with her character and and how her character, fit into the legend of Michael Myers.
It's all on point.
Just kind of resolved some issues, and it sounds like they did it really well. They pulled it off a good quality movie. So yeah, I'm interested in watching it. I hope this one coming out is very successful. I'm interested in watching that eventually.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to get to a point on a Saturday night where I feel like frightening myself.
I think that's great though, man. I mean, I think honestly some of the best contributors to horror movies are people who do not enjoy horror movies. Like just don't enjoy living there. I love them. I love them. But they fucking push the button. Hey,
dude, 100%. I get it. No, yeah, I fucking love them too, but they scare the shit out of me. But you can't help but be attracted to them at the same time. It's the thing.
That dude right there, you go see a horror movie with him, he's fucking like the music picks up and he's doing this shit. And he's like covering his nose and his eyes and his ears.
He's checking out diapers and all sorts of shit.
He looks like the bad guy from Mad Max, just like fucking.
I watched the red carpet premiere of The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
Sitting next to Emily Rose.
Oh man.
And I screamed like a cheerleader at several points in the movie.
Yeah.
And was cringed up like a
a
fetal thing on my chair.
Yeah, I do the 2 points. It's in the ears and it's over the eyes. Like I do the whole thing. I can't. I mean, it scares the shit out of me.
We have a whole show on here.
Loud in movie theaters. I scream so loud.
I scream and then I get mad because I'm like, oh shit, it got me. Damn. Like I should have expected that and I didn't. Like, I get what you, man. The Emily Rose, like the Exorcism of Emily Rose, like holy shit,
that was good shit in it.
That was scary. Like the barn scene.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
All of the contortion stuff. I mean, that was all real.
I hate it.
Just she's so good like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good stuff in that movie. Hey, Nathan, man, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Like just the fact that
awesome.
You took time out of your day. We really do appreciate that.
Nice talking to you guys.
Hey man, and you're great. Thank you.
And honestly, like I'm fascinated with. I didn't want to push you on it because obvious reasons, but I'm fascinated with whatever the hell you wrote over this quarantine break for Leslie Vernon.
It's good.
Yeah, I would love to go deeper into that. I don't want to push on it because, obviously we're on here with everybody and I'm sure there's stuff that you want to keep close to the chest, but I'm fascinated with that. I can't wait to see what comes to that. But I also want to say, man, you're a dude who's you stuck out to me the first time I saw this movie. That was one of those, like, if I was a GM and, this was football, I'd be like, get me that fucking guy to do anything. I told you that. I'm really fascinated with you, man. And I think that, your journey's pretty cool because not only were you great in this movie, and even though it because of, like you said, it's a hard movie to explain, and because it came out in the time it did or whatever, you have, whether it's the editorial department or whatever it is, you fashioned out yourself, a nice niche in what you're doing, and I think that's a pretty cool thing, and I really look forward to see what you do in the future, man. And if you're interested in being in front of the camera, I would fucking place bets on you, buddy. I really would. I think you're a great actor.
Thank you so much for being here, for real.
I appreciate it.
And
good luck to you and in your podcasting and continued success, guys.
Yeah,
thanks so much, man.
Hey, if you ever want to come on again and just talk about drinking, we'll do that too.
That'd be great. Let's do it.
Anytime.
I think I said everything. I think that was parading.
That's it.
Well, anytime, man. Anytime you want to come on here and chat, we'd love to have you, buddy. Thanks for taking the time tonight.
Thanks, Nathan.
Right on. Take it easy, guys. Thanks.
Hey, man, you too.
See you, man. Thank you. All right, guys, we are going to take a break. That was fucking fun. That was a cool.
Hey, man, what a nice fucking guy. Yeah. What an incredible, like, wealth of knowledge that I just learned. Like, it was great. Like, I felt like I was talking to Timothy Oliphant's, John Malkovich's love child.
Dude.
Like, it was great. And I didn't know what to say to him because I was nervous a little bit. I was a little nervous because, I mean, this guy's seasoned. He's a fucking seasoned actor. But
yeah,
I wanted him to feel comfortable and things like that. But wow, what a wealth of knowledge,
dude. It's worth it for that mushroom Team America story alone.
Yeah, I hope that gets
Alone.
I hope that gets on his IMDb or Wikipedia page. I hope it gets updated.
That was so
like,
cool.
You go to a personal life, it'll say one time he went to see Team America while filming Leslie Vernon on mushrooms and marijuana.
That was so fucking cool, man. I feel like we do that. Sometimes I feel like we bring the fucked up stories out of people. I feel like maybe we should keep interviewing people on this fucking channel. What do you think about that, guys?
There are some people you can just let them talk.
Yeah.
And they're interesting and they've got a good head on their shoulders and they're not being condescending and he didn't have the typical Hollywood bullshit thing surrounding him. So I liked it. It was a fun time. And I think they feel comfortable too because they're in Zoom call. So they know that we're not right around their shoulders being like, hey, so I can ask you something.
I just went dark, buddy. I got to replace the battery in my camera. I was saving it for when Nathan left, but I went dark. Hey, guys, I'll be right back. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick pee-pee break. We'll come out, hang out, shoot the shit with you guys for a few minutes. And then
I gotta figure out if my phone fucking my phone didn't explode, so
hopefully it didn't over. That was cool, dude. I'm fucking psyched about that.
That was cool.
That was cool, man. I like that.
I mean, doing the interviews are fun, but only if they're with cool people like that. Like just doing willy-nilly interviews is not that fun. But this one's fun.
Exactly. Guys, hey, watch this video. We'll be right back in a few minutes to hang out and give you guys a nightcap. Let's have a drink together before the night's over, folks. Come on.
Jon Snow is the comprehensive collection of things that Jon Snow knows.
Alexa, why do you suck dick?
Would you like to buy it?
Oh!
I can't tell if you want to make this purchase or not.
Oh! Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike. He's Jay. There's not a lot of new Halloween movie news for that fucking Halloween Returns, Halloween 2018, whatever you want to call it. I'm jacked to the fucking tits.
It's going to be great.
What we're gonna do today, I feel like since that unauthorized set pic came out last week of Michael Myers on set, that soon, Michael.
Yes,
Mike. They're going to release a final picture of what the actual mask is. So before they do that, let's let us reflect.
Let us have a moment.
And let's talk about what the best fucking Michael Myers mask is of all time. I think we get that out of the way really quick. What the number one is, it's going to be the original.
Really?
Right?
I was going to go with the Rob Zombie's H2.
The best of two.
I like the fucking halfway. I'm almost a bum, but
like
I'm not
the
there
beard?
yet.
Yeah.
No. Original mask, hands down, which also translates to Halloween 2, because they use the same mask, is the best mask of all time. William Shatner, you shit out a good one. I like that mask the best. That's got the creepy factor. It's got the original goddamn, I don't know what I'm in for. He's got a knife. He's got a blank pan and motionless face. And the blackest eyes. Donald Trump eyes.
There's nothing
but I mean, it's like, but there's something about that mask that, like, I don't know what it is, man. It's like, to us, it's superhero. Like, it's like seeing Batman's mask.
It is, and the thing about that mask is, though, what makes it most special almost has nothing to do with the mask itself. It's the fact that no one had ever seen a mask like this. I know Loomis says it, but this pale, emotionless, blank face was perfect, and that's what started everything.
Well, it was also,
it
was kind of by,
not just Halloween.
No, I mean,
it's
but
really what started it all.
If you watch the documentary on it, you know, they had two different masks. They had the clown mask that they were considering heavily, but then they got that Shatner mask, and then they put it on before they even treated it, and they're like, that's fucking scary, because it was like, it didn't look like William Shatner really at all, but it just had this really, detached look about it that was fucking creepy, and then they spray painted it, and they're like, holy fuck, I will never poop again. But it had that thing going on about it. And, from there we birthed the legend. And thank God they were birthing a legend that day. Because otherwise we might have wound up with a fucking Spock mask. What, that would...
No.
Well, the Spock mask was kind of creepy.
I think the best thing about the Myers mask when it debuted was the fact that it had no crazy, scary features, man. And that's what Michael Myers is. I don't know if it's by accident or what, but it perfectly identifies with... This just, there's no reason, you don't know fucking why, it's a clean slate,
it goes along
unstoppable, and it just keeps fucking moving.
And again, the mask goes along exactly with what Loomis said about the blank, pale, emotionless part. And also, even, I don't know if John Carpenter was saying it through the movie or not, but that evil itself has no real face. It's just this thing. It's this featureless void.
It's a shape, bitch.
That's all it is, bitch.
See what I did there? See what I did there? We've got our best. What is the worst Michael Myers mask of all?
Halloween 5. Halloween 5. It was the worst one.
He looks like Halloween 5 looks like you know that famous picture of the old farmer standing there next to like the lady like in front of the farm. It just looks like that's what Michael Myers would be doing, like holding a fucking cornstalk. Like it's just fucking awful, man.
He looks like he'd be the one that would tell you at the Valvoline gas station that your tires are low. Like, he looks like that guy. He's got like sort of. How the fuck did the hair grow from Halloween 4 to 5 and it's elongated and he's.
It's the Mona Lisa.
It's fucking. It's almost like it wanted to be E.T., but then it kind of shaped up a little bit into Shatner. It's like E.T. and Shatner fucked and then had a baby. It's
like
weird
with
looking.
a fish, like they fucked a fish. Like I don't know, dude. It just doesn't look like he's got that receding hairline, but the hair goes really long in the back. Like he just has no idea what to do with this balding head he has.
Yeah.
Like it's just terrible. And this is the thing. Like that director was this French director, and he wanted a new look, and he wanted this whole big thing.
So Halloween 5 is a terrible.
Halloween 5 looks like he should wake up in the middle of the night with curlers. Like what's that noise? Even Myers thought that mask was bad because he puts on that gangster mask at one point when he's driving around.
Oh, the Reagan mask. You know, he actually takes the mask off because if you're saying he knew how bad it was, he actually does for Jamie. He's like, oh fuck,
this shit smells just like my face. What's not quite as bad as Halloween 5, but the second worst mask, and I think that we're gonna agree on this one too. That we're gonna go Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 mask because it wasn't even a fucking mask.
It was falling apart.
Or was it
just? And he made it like. Half the fucking shit's gone. It's not even there. It's flaying off in the wind.
Like that shit had been sitting in the back of his dragon.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? What? Okay, so obviously Michael needs to get a new mask at this point. Like at some point, just go steal a new mask, like, bro, because your fucking face is being shown by everyone.
No, it looks great in the beginning when he's at the hospital. That fucking scene is badass.
Like the first 30 minutes of that movie. Wow.
H2 goes from just lightly touching your wiener to just like punching you in the butthole because like that first scene's so good and Michael is so fucking just angry and he's just tearing Octavia Spencer apart like on that, and that it's like the brutal Michael you always kind of wanted, and then
but it's
surprise fucking dream
it makes you feel like, well, the first 20-30 minutes of that film does make you feel the speech of Charles Xavier when he's like, I feel a great sort of pity for anybody coming to that school looking for trouble. Because you're like, yes, I would defend it for honor. And then, you know, all of a sudden Magneto fucking killed everybody. Because at that point it goes downhill. But that mask, I hate that fucking mask.
When he debuts after that in the cornfield and these fucking rednecks like, hey man, what do with my cornfield? I'm gonna put the finger back. And then all of a sudden, like, it's fucking missing. Of course he has a goddamn beard. Because literally, even Michael Myers gets a fucking beard in Rob Zombie.
Well, I mean, to be honest,
what is your deal with facial hair?
To be honest, you know, going with Rob Zombie, I mean, defending him a little bit in this one segment, I don't think Michael knows how to shave. But then again, I've never seen him with a huge beard because he had a mask on.
It's a good point.
Yeah, but I mean, because I don't think Michael ever is like.
Michael's
I
not
don't
gonna,
think the shave.
He's not going to take time to shave.
No, probably not.
Loomis would shave him.
Yeah, Loomis probably and a bubble back.
But Loomis, you know,
but
he was on his book tour.
That mask looked like goddamn garbage. It looked like Moth had been eating it and fucking on it for like 3 years. So that it was no good.
Yeah,
it was no good. Even though that was a direct continuation, whatever. So the next worst mask.
I don't know. Let's.
I know mine. Like, I don't know how we segment into that because H2O literally has 3 masks they use. They use the H6 mask at some point. They use a new mask with H2O, and then they have their digital bullshit, their alien mask.
The digital bullshit's the one I meant when I said H2O.
So that one, okay, so we'll go, okay, so H2O's digital mask is the fucking one.
You get the close-up with him at the window, he's like...
His eyes are fucking straight up cookie cut. He's like, do you know who I am?
It's like the scene in Signs where the alien shows up. He's like, "Vamonos, children, vamonos!"
Like I'm not talking about what you guys saw on the original film, or not the original film. What you saw in theaters is an actual mask.
When he finally hates Jamie, it's the H.
But when they do the dailies, when they do the fucking dailies before it was released to the public, if you go and look, that shit was CG and it looked like it was fucking terrible. It was like. Do you know I mean, the fucking eyes, like, it looked like Casper had been morphed into a face. It was fucking terrible. It was one, I don't even know what the fuck they thought that would be a good idea.
And Michael's eyes also screamed. He looked like Garth in Wayne's World when he was getting cut with the haircut thing. He was like, it's sucking my will to live because his eyes are all fucking.
Yeah, well, even going from that to the H2O regular mask when they actually used.
What? Shit. What am I doing?
Did you already start it?
I don't know. I was clicking buttons and like it's all fucked up. Okay, there we are. We're good. We are back. We are back. Oh shit!
I didn't know you already started it. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to. I fucked up and I clicked.
Sorry,
the
I was
button.
late, guys. I didn't know.
I just now started.
Oh, okay.
Man, but
Well, my phone stopped doing the weird like beeping thing, so I can look at chat.
hey, man, that was fucking cool. I feel like.
Yeah, it was fun. I was literally just was talking to April. It was kind of it kind of made me a little nervous because I mean he's a cool guy and he's really relaxed and chill or whatever, but he's like he knows his shit. Like he graduated from Juilliard. He was in Leslie Vernon, one of the best serial killer movies of all time, and I wanted to make sure that we hit all our points on it. And I didn't want to be like, oh well, these guys are obviously a bunch of drunk dumb shits that don't know shit and they're just talking.
He'd be correct if he assumed that.
Well, no, that's 100% true, but I was trying to keep up a veneer that it was fake. Like, no, we asked the hard-hitting questions here, mister. Like, what's your favorite raspberry ice cream?
Super nice guy though, man. That was fun. And I feel like we kind of broke some news tonight, dude. I feel like we kind of broke some news tonight that he's actually written a little bit. He's written a little bit of some Leslie Vernon stuff for the future. That's pretty awesome. And I was fascinated with that interview. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well.
We gotta get like I don't know. I want to get like John Malkovich on here or something.
I feel like, hey man,
ask him about rounders.
I feel like we do a good job interviewing people. I think we do. I think we bring out the best. That fucking mushroom story was one of the most funny fucking things I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
I didn't see it coming. I mean, you know, like we were talking about, like he was saying that because he's so cynical that he can usually figure out the plot of a movie. I didn't figure the plot of him at all. Like the fact that he smoked the Giggle Bush and did mushrooms and then watched Team America World Police. I was like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking Blu-ray bonus edition. I didn't know this, but
I think my favorite part of that whole interview was him going like, so we could talk about something other than drinking or what?
And by the way, I wasn't trying to like, and I guess he got it because I wasn't trying to be insulting when I was like, because you guys know on YouTube that there's a thing called Drunk History where literally the guys they get, the guests, they drink a bunch of alcohol and then they recount an actual historical event while they're drinking, and they get more and more drunk as they go on, and it's hilarious. But we were just talking about, you know, Flavor Dave like situations of like the particular palate that our mouths need for alcohol. So I was like, yeah, now let's get really fucking tanked and then talk about your great movie. I was like, because I thought that's where it was gonna go, and I was like, oh shit, and I didn't want to like be insulting. I think he got it, but I'm just saying I wasn't trying to be an asshole about it.
No, I don't think you came off like an asshole at all. I think that was fucking great, man. And holy fucking shit, Jamie, you did not have to do that, man. You did not have to fucking do that. Thank you so much, brother. That fucking huge ass super chat, man. He says, okay guys, it's time to embrace yourselves. You all are humble. It's why we love you. However, you are both great at interviews. As Nathan said, he hates auditions. You guys get nervous at interviews and nail them every time. Cheers, brothers. Bananas!
Oh man, thanks, Jamie. Like instantly, I just got at least 3 feet of my cock back because I was scared the entire time, and I lost at least 3 feet. I mean, 3 centimeters, but no,
that's so sweet, man. Thank you,
Jamie, man. It means a lot to us because I was nervous a little. I'll just be upfront and honest and bear it all. Balls hanging out in the wind. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I was nervous, man, because again, and we've interviewed people before, but it's not taking anything away from the people that we've interviewed before. But man, again, this guy is from Juilliard. Like he's been on fucking stage. He still is on stage. Yeah. He's taught classes, and then he was in a big ass movie like Leslie Vernon, or at least according to us, it was a big ass movie, and it was fucking intimidating. And again, it was a really fun experience. I haven't been that nervous, but I don't remember it since Jake Busey. But I was drunk as fuck when I talked to Jake Busey, and he was just an asshole.
Yeah, dude. Like, you know, so we've barely started doing interviews on the channel, and like we had the dude from the Power Rangers movie, super nice guy, super fucking cool.
Awesome guy, yeah.
We talked to Dave McRae, which that's just like talking to a buddy, because we've talked to him so many times, and
he's in the same space as us, so he understands.
Yeah, and talking to Nathan, it was weird because like we watched the movie and I thought, hey man, maybe he'll come on and do the show, and I was already Facebook friends with him because I'm a dork, and I went and found him on Facebook like 2 years ago.
Did you ask him for a friend request?
No, I friend requested him, and then he accepted.
Well, maybe I'll do that because I'm not friends with him.
And then we've been friends for like 2 years on Facebook just because I was like, I've always been fascinated with him because like I said, I wasn't blowing any smoke in that interview, man. Like when I watched that movie for the first time, I was like, that guy's fucking got it. And I mean this in a completely non-disrespectful way whatsoever, but I fully expected when I saw Behind the Mask that I would see his name a whole lot and that he was going to be a big actor. Like I thought that guy's fucking got it. He's got that Ryan Reynolds type of charm, that kind of thing in that movie. And it's fucking awesome, dude. It's awesome to see somebody in a movie like that and be where we are now and be able to talk to them. And it was so nice of him to want to come on the show and do that. And it's really cool that we're gonna be talking to the director of the new Wrong Turn movie.
I know, and that's gonna be intimidating too, because that guy knows how to write and he knows how to put together sketches and plays that make sense other than like Mike and I put together just bullshit in the wind. By the way, Paige, thank God, because she says yes, Juilliard. Intimidating. Thank you, by the way. She says, and even he said he was up and coming. Definitely intimidating, but you handled it with ease and grace. Thank God. Because I know that we're not Diane Sawyer out here in this bitch, but we tried our best. And the main thing is I want these guys to feel comfortable. Whoever comes on the show to be interviewed, I want it to be comfortable. And I'll be honest, I was mad when Mike's like, oh yeah, I booked a fucking interview with Nathan Baesel. I was like, dude, fuck that. I'm nervous. I don't want to do it. Maybe all of a sudden I'll have an internet outage, and I can't do it. But it did. I'm happy that you guys enjoyed it. And the main thing is I wanted him to talk about, both of us did. We wanted him to be able to talk about his movie and his experiences, and he gave us a lot more. It was very giving. And as far as what he volunteered, as far as the information, and it was great. It was a fun time, man.
And look, here's the thing. Here's the only reason I think that we are going to look into doing more interviews with more people on the show. I've always hated interviews because it was like going up to people and asking them, and it felt fucking weird, and I didn't like doing it. I used to try to make Jay do it at all the cons, like, dude, go up and ask for an interview. I'd be like, no, dude.
I would after a few fucking natural lights.
Right, and one time I asked Michael Bain for an interview, and he could smell the beer on my breath, and he was like, no. Yeah, it was so awkward. But I think that so many people, they try, like you said, Diane Sawyer, so many people they try to do the Diane Sawyer thing, like, well, tell me, and I think just like the 10-20 minute conversation we had about just like, what do you like to drink? I think that's the kind of thing that is fun and separates it from other stuff. And that's as nervous as I get doing these interviews, that when we do them like this and the questions like that, when we did Christopher Nelson, dude, we were shitting fucking bricks.
Great. And I know. And it was so surprising how amazing that dude is.
And you're talking about a dude who just he reached out to us and was like, hey man, he's just such a cool guy. He's like, I like your channel. I think you guys are cool. And he redid our fucking Halloween mask, and he's such a nice guy. And then we had him on the show, and you and I were both fucking nervous as shit, shitting pants all day.
And I think somebody called us out. Like, you guys were fucking nervous.
We were.
I'm not saying they were like, I'm not saying the interview sucked, but you guys were so nervous.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I saw your testicles shake.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you didn't, because I was wearing pants. But we were. I could feel my voice fucking quivering, quivering a little bit when I would ask Sir Christopher Nelson anything. Because again, these guys to us are larger than life, and I think that's for anybody. But the thing about, the main thing is, and you're right, a lot of people that interview anybody that's up there is they try to be like a 2020 special or something, and they're trying to be very professional journalists. And look, me and Mike are dumb shits from Kentucky, and we drink beer and we and alcohol. So I mean, it's like we're not exactly the high standard for we're not. You're never going to see us on extra with Mario Lopez. But in my mind, I think that a lot of these celebrities or people that are in the industry appreciate that more, and you can get more from them because of the fact that you're not trying to be. And I'm not saying they're all like this, but you're not being what I would say fake.
Right.
If you're being fake, like the kid that interviewed Jamie Lee Curtis talking about the fucking Jason mask. That guy had never seen the last fucking horror movie he'd seen was Hocus Pocus, and like he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Like, and you could tell immediately. He's like, "Oh, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. It's gonna boost our ratings. Send that guy in there. He's a good-looking guy. We'll have him out in the front line." But he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But either way, it was fun, man.
I'm on cloud nine, man. I'm on cloud nine right now. That kind of shit's so fucking fun to me. And the crowd, you guys in the chat asked some great questions. That was fun. That banana thing was fucking hilarious because he was like, bananas.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was going either because I was trying to follow what he was doing. But I thought maybe for a second he was just, like somebody was trying to motion him off camera, be like, no, you need to stop talking. These guys are assholes. They're bad for like he was like, because he did one of those things where he, like when your dad is disappointed in you because you know you didn't get the girl of your dreams, and he goes, and he was like looking off camera, and I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna be like, hey, you know what? I really love the interview, guys, but I got a jet. You know, it's weird. I got weird plumbing problems. Like I thought it was gonna be something like that, but thank God it didn't.
Super cool dude, man. Cool dude with a lot of he has just.
By the way, Chap Wilson, it's his wife. Like, calm down. Jesus Christ. He's like, Mike, please listen. There's someone behind you. Someone is in your house. It's his wife.
It's Katie. It's Katie. I don't know what she's doing.
She was getting something.
One of the kids woke up there. Paige Ulmer says, oh, you already answered that. Marco says, Mike and Jay, who would be your great white buffalo to interview? Great white buffalo to interview.
Great white buffalo. Great white buffalo.
Great white buffalo.
Great white buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'll tell you.
Mel Gibson.
I can't. That would be a big one. And we would have to make sure we didn't drink.
I think
like
we should drink.
No, fuck that.
I'm not. It helps.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
you gotta watch exactly how much you drink. You gotta start drinking late. You know.
He would be like, I see you young men over there drinking, and I had long feared that my sins would catch up with me. Like I just felt like we would make him uncomfortable if we were drinking. But honestly, the great white buffalo for me would be James Cameron.
No,
I think and then you'd be like fucking intimidated as fuck. I mean, this guy turns goddamn shit into gold.
James, how's Avatar 9 going in your mom's basement?
You would never ask that because your dick's not big enough. I know.
I've seen it. I know.
No, honestly, but the ones that would scare me the most, I have three. Quentin Tarantino would scare me the most.
That would be scary. Yeah.
Bruce Campbell would scare me second
because he's kind of addicted to people in a funny way.
And then my third. The third one that would actually scare me to talk to a little bit, just because they're really quick on the uptake, is John Carpenter. I think because if you're not up on speed, and John Carpenter, if you're going to ask him the same trite bullshit
he'll
questions,
shit on your face.
Yeah, he'd be like, listen, why don't you just do yourself a favor and rent the movie on Netflix and then come back with an original question? I'm like, oh, okay. So can I tell you that I think your hair is wonderful?
I'll also say Ryan Reynolds. Like, if you got to interview Ryan Reynolds, he's so witty and so fucking smart, dude. Like, that would be a great white buffalo.
Well, Ryan Reynolds seems like he's the kind of guy, though. Like, he's like, if he knows you're nervous, he seems like a sweet kind of guy. I think he would play down. He would downplay, much like our Kentucky basketball team in college. He would downplay to the competition. Yeah. He'd like, look, I know you guys are like on the short bus, so I'm gonna play it down to you because I know that you guys are scared.
Yeah, that's true.
But someone like Will Ferrell would probably eat you alive.
That would be fun as fuck to do, dude.
Yeah.
Blood Red Sky says, I'm personal friends with Dave Fairs, young Michael Myers from Rob Zombie's film. Would you like me to ask him if he'd like to come on one day? You know what? That would be a fun time in the night.
Yeah,
I mean, we've shit on Rob Zombie so much that that might be kind of
I don't think that's a good idea.
I wouldn't mind talking to him though.
No, I don't know. It feels like talking to Anakin Skywalker from Episode 1 and be like,
by the way,
it feel bad when people talk about how shitty of an actor you were?
Ironically, we have interviewed the Anakin Skywalker kid on this channel. Well, Annie did it. Annie interviewed him at a Comic-Con once. There's an old video of that. Yeah. That should happen.
I know, but he actually got a good interview because he's notorious about being an asshole. Like,
he's a nice guy though.
Really big asshole to fans.
He was cool though. In that interview, he was nice at least.
Damn, Cheeto says, Mike, you're too cool of a dude to like Mel Gibson so much. You asshole.
Hey, man.
And by the way, Tito, I like fucking Mel Gibson too. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, dude, Mel Gibson got drunk one night and he said some dumb shit. We've all been there. Maybe not the same kind of shit that he said, but we've all been dumb and drunk. And I feel like, if we can appreciate Robert Downey Jr., then we have to appreciate Mel Gibson as well.
Robert Downey Jr. was literally a fucking coke addict that did a bunch of bad shit over and over again and got a second chance. And by the way, just pointing this out here, my man, he came out on stage and said it's time to give Mel Gibson a second chance and to let go of the bullshit. Yep. He said it on stage as he was accepting an award. So if you hate on Mel, you got to hate on Robert.
Vanessa, you did not have to do that. You and Jamie both fucking huge goddamn super chats. I don't know what to say to that, man. You guys are the fucking sweetest. Vanessa with a huge super chat says, just because Mike and Jay.
Hey, thanks so much, Vanessa. Holy shit.
By
the way, Vanessa and I had first talked on Messenger when she was counting for Courtney. That was the first time. That's awesome.
It's crazy. Like, you and Jamie both, with those huge fucking super chats, like, feels like you guys, you notice, that, these are big things for us, and they mean a lot to us, and that's just fucking sweet. Jamie and Vanessa, you guys don't have to do that. We love you guys so much.
Amazing. And by the way, Jamie is an awesome moderator, and Vanessa is an awesome person that helps us out from time to time when Courtney is not available because he's shining his Air Jordans somewhere. I see you. But yeah, great people. And by the way,
it's humbling, man. Fuck. Thank you.
Catherine Estrella says, "Spill that tea, Mike and Jay." I don't think we're spilling any kind of tea necessarily right now. But by the way, these were conversations that I was gonna have Mike after the stream tonight. I was like, "Oh shit, dude, I was so fucking nervous, bro." I was like, "You know what? I'll just let you guys talk about it," because I was literally fucking, dude. My nuts were in my stomach when I went to the bathroom to take a tinkle because I was asking April because my phone was off. I didn't know. I was like, dude, does it look like, is it bad? Is that shit fucking bad? Like, is it bad? And she's like, no, it was good. I was like, I don't fucking believe you. I think you're just telling me that to make me not feel bad. Because I felt like it was one of those moments where it was like, hey man, everything's going smooth, but I felt like we were just two thumbs on a stick.
Yeah.
And we weren't doing anything. I mean, but he was great. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal for us, man. That's one of the biggest celebrities that we've ever had on the channel. And not to by the way, not to take away from anybody that's been on here to be interviewed by us. They're all great. We love them, but this was the biggest one as far as I'm concerned, like right now.
And that's the thing, we haven't had people on this channel just because we're like, oh, they're a semi-celebrity, like that'll help us or whatever. We've had everybody that we've had on this channel has been somebody that we really admire. Like, we really admire Christopher Nelson and what he's done. I love Christopher Nelson. Really admire what Nathan Baesel has done. Like, I wasn't blowing smoke up the dude's ass, man. I watched that movie years and years ago and thought, that guy's fucking awesome. And like, just, to be able to talk to him and hang out, and him to be cool enough to do that, and then you guys to be awesome enough to show up tonight. I was worried that nobody was going to show up tonight because we don't do shows on Thursday, and we had over 200 people all night, and I really appreciate you guys for that. Thank you guys so much for that. If we had 12 people in here, I'd have felt stupid. You guys really just really fun, and really want to keep this going, man. I think that you and me talking to people in a different way, just shooting the shit with people, not being fucking stuffy, not being fucking trying to be Entertainment Tonight or trying to be special, just hanging out with people is going to bring out some really good interviews. And as nervous as we are about it, some of the stories he told us were fucking amazing.
I loved it. And I love that he got comfortable to do it too. Yeah. Hey, look, man, we just Kentucky boys hanging out, and I think that's what it is. I mean, you enjoy yourself, have a beer, a little bit of Jim Beam if that's what you're into, and just relax a little bit. Ain't no problems here. We ain't at a real press conference, motherfucker. Get your thumb out your ass and let's get going. And I think he did that. Like, as soon as I saw he was drinking Miller Lite, I'm like, all right, I kind of feel a little bit better.
That chunged me right.
Like, I felt a little bit better because at first I was like, does he want to be very serious? I will talk to you. I'm Tom Brokaw, and this is like Nathan Baesel. But I'm glad that he did that because, again, it shows us that, hey, man, I know you guys are really shitty podcasters, YouTubers. You guys are terrible, but I get that you drink, so I'm gonna drink a little bit. And we're gonna have a good time about it.
Prepare for it though. We are gonna do an interview one of these days. One of these days, we're gonna do an interview, and someone's gonna come on the show, and instead of being cool like he was, I feel like you're just gonna.
They're gonna be very like.
We're gonna talk about drinking all night. He's like, "What the fuck is this piece of shit show?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are unprofessional."
I can't wait for the day that it happens where it gets really awkward. All of a sudden, like immediately happens when they're like this. So why am I here? Are you guys just gonna like talk about your experiences, or are we talking about what I'm here for? I'm like, no, Mr. Fucking somebody said who was it? Okay, Zack Snyder. No, who was Venom? Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy would eat us alive. He'd be like, so I was just wondering, like, I mean, you guys are a bunch of you fat drunks from Kentucky. I was wondering if you're actually going to ask me a question, or if you're just going to ramble on about your alcohol of choice while you beat your wife.
And then I'll just go into ramble on.
I'm like, well, that's weird, Mr. Tom Hardy, because it seems like we've lost connection to you. Jesus, are you going through a tunnel?
Sean Tubby123 says, number 1, sup glow sticks. Number 2, sorry I missed the interview. Just wanted to show up real quick. Love y'all. Number 3, Mike, you're an inspiration. And Jay, you're the man. That's a nice, you know.
I like it.
like
I don't
that.
know what that means. So
You're
I'm
the man, and I'm the inspiration. You're the inspiration.
So you quote Mike Chicago, and I'm just fucking like goddamn Mrs. Doubtfire to you?
No, like you're already the man. You know, you've defeated me.
Well, I did divorce Skeletor. I did break free from Snake Mountain when I divorced that bitch. So maybe.
Ken, thank you so much, buddy. He says, love to see you guys have on the Dead and Santa. Would love to see you guys have on the Dead and Santa Clara podcast. Guys, on the stream would be epic to see the 4 of you badasses talk Halloween. So pumped for Halloween kills. It's the Dead
What
and Santa,
podcast?
Dead and Santa Carla. They're also on the Slash and Cast podcast network along with us, and they're fucking super nice, cool dudes. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, man? Like, we definitely got some people that we got to get on shows with.
Thank you, Christian. Christian said Jay is the afterthought. It's true. It's like the afterbirth. It's like,
said,
oh yeah, he exists a little bit.
He said you were an afterthought.
No, Christian's like Jay is the afterthought.
Afterthought.
Yeah. So Mike's the inspiration. He gets the Chicago soundtrack. I get more of the Creed.
Whatever, dude.
Soundtrack.
You're way more fucking popular than I am. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Kevin.
No, that's true. It's not true at all.
Says Wham and the Thing with Two Heads is life. Thing with Two Heads.
We got to get on that bitch.
Great. Yeah. Have us on your fucking show, Chris. God, jeez.
I know. And by the way, this isn't a drunken rant against Chris and Sean or anything like that. But I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like, can you throw us a bone here, bro? Like, we'll crawl through glass. Not really, but I mean, I'll crawl through an uncomfortable carpet to be on your show.
You know, Sean, you want to put me on your show? You know why? Because it stinks. It stinks.
Talk about cool
our
guys,
show
man.
Stinks here. What?
Well, Chris and
not
and
their
Sean,
show, our show.
No, yeah, our show. Yeah, I was
stinks.
Chris and Sean are cool guys, man. I would love to be able to just pick their brains.
I'm just happy to be Chris's friend. He doesn't have to
and burp a lot on. I'm not Chris's friend on Facebook. I mean, he needs to rectify that. I'm not going
Chris
to.
isn't on Facebook, man. He's on Instagram.
Well, I don't have Instagram.
Well,
I don't believe in that shit.
You fucking slut.
No, I don't like Instagram or Twitter. But I would say, you know, the weird thing is, I would like to pick their brains about Halloween, Freddy Krueger. You know, just talk shit. Yeah. But I know you got to be careful with Chris, though. You can't delve too deep into what's going on in the future with Michael Myers, because, you know, Sir Christopher Nelson does not reveal secrets of the crown.
Chris is such a fucking nice guy, dude. That's like one of the top fucking Hall of Fame nice dudes of all time. Marco, Jesus Christ. Speaking about nice fucking dudes, Jesus Christ, man, you didn't have to fucking do that. You guys didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, dude. He says, with a huge goddamn super chat, he says, we love what you do for us and know that we appreciate it. Buddy.
Oh, man, what a nice... Thank you, man.
Man, You guys are so fucking sweet. You guys are so fucking good to us.
We don't know what to do with our hands.
Look, you know, our pockets might not be deep, but they are full of fucking love. And I don't even know what that means. But like, we might not have, you know, dead meat subscriber levels. We might not have fucking hundreds of thousands of views. Hey, that's a nice fuck. That dude's actually a really cool.
That
dude.
guy. I don't know who that is.
James Agenese is actually a super fucking cool dude. Nice guy.
Meat? Oh, dead meat.
Yeah, dead meat.
Oh, dead. I thought it was beat meat.
We might not do those kind of numbers, man, but the guys the people that are here, you guys are so fucking cool, and you guys are so good to us, and you support us, and you support our dream and what we're trying to fucking do here, and we really just appreciate you. Thank you all for that. That's what gives us the balls to try and go and fucking talk to people who are way more talented than we'll ever fucking be. It's people like you, Marco.
Holy shit!
What?
No, it's not him. It's not him. I was gonna read that.
Did you see Micah?
No, I was gonna. Yeah, Michael's always around. The goddamn guy won't stay 6 feet under. It's like he's like a magic trick. He just pops up. Goddamn! I thought you were dead. He's like, no, I'm like a goddamn bunny from the hat.
See, Chris says
Jarvis.
himself. He's like, yeah, Jay's more of the fan favorite. See what I'm saying? See,
What's
people
favorite?
Like fan favorite.
Is that a form of ice cream?
cones.
Is that a form of ice cream? Well, Jarvis, man, wow, dude, thank you so much. Wozer, Wowzer, Go-Go Pants,
Dude, come on,
Go-Go Pants of sexy. He says, "What's up, dudes? Love the interviews you guys give. People truly open up to y'all because y'all so genuine. Love you, boys,
man.
We love Jarvis too, and that motherfucker makes some of the greatest fucking cupcakes and cakes and cookies I've ever seen in my life. It looks good as shit, but yeah, man, that's too much, man. You know, you guys are too much. You guys get out of here with that.
Yeah,
shit.
You guys are too good to us, man. You're really too good to us, man. To come out of to do stuff that we're really excited to do, and to be able to talk. What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Like,
What'd you
just goddamn earbuds. I was like, if this motherfucker falls out one more time, I'm gonna curse goddamn Gigglamish.
Guys, it's a weird fucking feeling, man, to get really excited to do stuff and then do it and have it be a big deal to us, and then when it's over with, have our audience to feel like you guys feel that with us, and to the shit that you guys, you know. We're really thankful for you guys, man. And Jarvis, thank you guys so much. You guys did not have to do that. Thank you all for all the sweet super chats and all the stuff. Like, god damn it, it just feels like we're into this whole thing together, doesn't it? It really does to me. And
not even a little bit. No, I get what you're saying, but yeah. It's true. I don't want to get too deep down the fucking
me either. Yeah.
Into the goddamn teary pants that we need to go into.
I know.
Oh, but here's a great question for you, Mike, from Mark Dornham. Thank you so much for the super chat here. He says, Mike, if your pocket is full of love, you might want to wash your pants so they won't be so crusty. But seriously, great job, guys. Appreciate that. Mike's, trust me, his pant pockets is always full of crust.
I got the crusties.
A lot of jacking off.
I got that deep crusties in me. I really do. Rambling Movie Takes also says, you guys should try to interview Zack Snyder. He's been doing the rounds on YouTube channels promoting Justice League. Fuck it. Let's go for the gusto, man. Let's do it.
No,
I'm feeling powerful.
I'll be like, why did you... Come on, Zach. I mean, I was like, why?
Hey,
why didn't you make it in a contract that there had to be a black suit and no fucking mustache for Clark Kent? I mean, why didn't you say that?
Hey, man, he should come on our fucking channel, right? We've been preaching his goddamn name for years. He should come on our fucking channel.
Hey, listen, if there was ever a fan group that has sucked the cock of DC more than us, tell me. Because at this point we're growing like spores on our throat from all that cum. So yes.
Hey, Action 6 says I'm more of a J guy. Mentally noted, Eggshin. I'll never speak your name again. And then,
thank you so much. I will speak your name every day in a pillow.
Ken says Dead Meat is awesome. I would agree with that. Seems like a super fucking nice guy. Really, really, honest to God, like I root for Dead Meat. He seems like a cool dude. Mark Dolman says, Mike, if your pocket's full. Oh, you already said that.
Chap Wilson says, Jay wants to interview the band Aqua. Why? I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, laughing plastic. It's fantastic. I love Ken in that. He's like, Okay, Barbie, let's go party.
Ah, ha, ha,
Yeah,
ha.
yeah. Let's get some fucking Aqua in this motherfucker. Like, you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't turn it down. And Mike's like, "Hey, we're gonna interview Aqua." I was like, "It has nothing to do with horror movies or movies at all." But okay, let's fucking interview Aqua.
Dude, I interviewed Chumbawamba in a fucking heartbeat.
Hey, dude, I would love it. You'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna interview like whatever." I'd be like, "Okay, well, like let's fucking talk about it." Like, what did you mean? It's like you're a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Were you talking about sex doll? Like you felt that little about yourself? She's like, "No, I was talking about girls. They have to present themselves
We need
in
to know,
such a
bro.
way."
We need to fucking know what that song's about. You need to give us the download right now.
Give it to me. But, you know what? Bands would be that's a whole different level of strange. Like you interview bands or like the lead singer of a group or something, and like having to come up with questions about their music. They'd probably be like, dude, I mean, if you don't get the fucking song the first time you listen to it, why are you asking me those questions? Shut the fuck up. They're gonna be more drunk than we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before they even come on.
That would be another thing too, dude, like interviewing bands and shit. There was a time before you and I did this channel where my goal was to try to become, so I was just out of the band, right? Like I was in the band for a while, and then the band we had Memphis, our oldest daughter, and I was like, okay, and the band kind of went away. We stopped playing shows and we kind of broke up, and I was like, I'm gonna become a music promoter. And then like I started a website and started an LLC and all that shit like that, and then didn't end up doing anything with it. But what the fuck was I talking about, Jay?
I don't know. You said you started an LLC.
Yeah, I was going to be a music promoter, and I actually had a band this was a country band, by the way, but they ended up being pretty fucking big. And I heard their song, and I'm not a country guy, but I reached out to him because I had connections.
You're West Virginia, bro.
With the
Represent it.
With the guy that made my band's album. I had connections with him, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll sit down with you." And then I just never ended up doing anything with it, but that all worked out for the best because we're sitting here right now.
I really never saw you as do anything with like the music producing side of it.
Hey, fuck you, man.
No, I mean you just don't really. I mean, I think that you're in the spot you need to be, but doing music producing and not having like you have zero creative out like an output, like none.
Are you saying I'm zero creative? Like I'm not creative?
Literally, I just said you would have zero creative output if you were doing the band shit. That's literally what I just said. But anyway, woo. But anyway, no, I would say we're doing the channel, which is good for both of us because we have a venue for us to be creatively outputting. I don't know. That's probably not the right terminology I'm using. But the weird thing is, and I've just noticed something, dude. The weird thing is, and me and Mike are very, we have outgoing personalities. We're extroverted in a lot of ways, but it's weird now since I just watched an interview with Brad. Don't remember his last name from Whose Line.
Oh
yeah, Brad.
Yeah.
No, it was another guy. He's not that famous, but he said, and it kind of rang true for me. He was like, since he got an opportunity to have an outlet for his creativity, or to have a space where he could do like crazy like shit improv, like acting skits or whatever, that he's gotten more bashful. And in a lot of ways that rings true for me. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm super bashful, but I was always kind of like introverted. But like now that we have this channel, and then we can do these Loomis, Slenderman, Michael skits, Chalice skits, whatever, like it allows for a lot more of an output. And now that I have that, and especially doing these like live streams, I get more fucking introverted. Like, if I'm hanging around, like, I worked at a pharmacy and stuff, but it was never the same way as it is here now. I don't know. It almost feels like because you have the opportunity to blow your load on stage, and then you can kind of like keep yourself. And when you're like not on camera and stuff, you're like, I mean, it's whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, dude. Like, one of the biggest things I remember was when I was working as a logistics manager and doing the channel full time at the same time. My whole fucking goal, like every day when I went to work, was like get my shit done, get it banged out, knock it out, work as hard as I can, as fast as I can, so that niche out this little part of my work schedule to work on just the channel, like to share videos, to make thumbnails, to do whatever, like all the stuff that goes along with it. It was just, even though I was doing my job, I had to get really fucking good at my job just so that I could do it in 4 hours and then have 4 hours to try to keep pace with all the other channels and like try to do stuff. So I'd be at work on the internet doing stuff for the channel, get off work, go home, work on the channel for 4 hours, go to sleep, do stuff with the kids, get 3 hours of sleep, wake up, do it again, come back. And like this whole fucking, and people at work, like people that I worked with, when I finally got towards the end and I knew I was going to be able to finally leave to do the channel full time, I started finally being like, yeah, this is what I do. I started finally showing people the channel and telling them, and they were like, oh my God. They were like, you're nothing like that in real life. Like, you're nothing like in real life how you are on the channel. And I'm like, that's actually not true. Who I am on the channel is who I am in real life, but I'm so fucking tired all the time. And I'm so rushing to get back to the channel constantly around you all that you all don't know anything about me. I seem like an asshole, and I seem like I don't care, and I seem like I'm not interested because I'm so so fucking focused on doing what I want to do with this channel that like I didn't give anything else any other time, and I'm stressed out and all that stuff like that. And it was weird for them to see me being myself on the channel. What the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know, man. But I mean, you had a good time. I know that you went from your.
I did a slip and slide.
Yeah, you did. You did the nasty. You did the nasty. You went down the garbage chute, and you're on the other side now. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you started out and not, you were two different people. You went to work and you were somebody else, and then you did the channel and you were somebody else.
Correct.
And then you felt comfortable and you're like, oh, I'm going to show you who I am. And you're like, but this time I'm going to say, fuck you. I don't need this job. And you walked away. Buongiorno.
Yeah.
And like that's the same thing. I get it. I've always, when I worked at, well, it doesn't really matter. I worked at CVS. You have to engage with the public quite a bit. You have to do face-to-face. You have to do drive-through. You have to do face-to-face as far as the counter goes. You have to maintain some kind of snappy repertoire because they won't come back otherwise. And I know I'm getting paid because I'm there to make sure they come back.
You got to suck a dick.
Yeah, I did.
In one way or another.
Not as much as you, but at least 3 times more. But yeah, I did. But eventually, COVID actually forced me to leave my job. I enjoyed my job for the most part. I liked the people I worked with. There was a lot of cunts involved, but I actually did enjoy the employees that I worked with. But unfortunately, I was in a position where I couldn't put at risk people that I'm around and continue doing the job with a good conscience. So I had to leave. But yeah, man, right now, like I feel great because I feel like we have a stage to finally put that energy into full time. And that's what we've been doing. Hey, but I've noticed the shyness. If we're hanging out, not you and me, because we've known each other for a while, but if I'm hanging out with somebody I don't know, I came over to Mike's place for New Year's for Katie's birthday. He had his neighbors over, and I was like, I gotta drink at least 5 beers first. I was like, I can't interact with these people. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk to you about. Do you guys like tennis? Like the first thing that pops in my mind is stupid shit. Like, do you like bowling? Like, they're not gonna know anything about that. I don't even know anything about that, but I feel like that's a normal conversation.
That's partly the quarantine talking too. Like, I think everybody's kind of forgot how to interact with each other with everything going on in the world. But I will say this, man. I'll never forget the day that I found out that we would be able to do this full time. That was a great fucking day. We were scheduled to I got off work at like I typically would. I got off work at 8 a.m. I drove home. Took me about an hour to get home. Jay met me here about 10 a.m. We spent the entire day filming, getting our shit done. And then April came and picked you up, and we were like, hey, let's go have a drink and celebrate together a little bit. Just got the good news that I was going to be able to leave my work and do this full time. We went to the bar together, had a couple beers, came home. And I remember I got out of the car and opened your door and fucking hugged you. And it was like, hey, thanks, man. Fucking thank you for doing this with me because this is
Mike tried to get all like YMCA with me.
Yeah, like
Don't touch my butt.
Emotional, crying, whole fucking deal. Big goddamn deal to us. Big goddamn deal to us, dude. To be able to do this, guys. It's even hard to talk about without getting emotional, and I won't. I refuse to. But big fucking deal, man. Big fucking deal for. We are like, I cannot tell you guys how honored we are to be able to sit here in front of you and do this, and this to be our jobs. Just, I'm really fucking happy, man. I'm really happy with my life.
Yeah, man.
Thank you all for it.
Thank you guys so much for all your super chats, your support. Thank you guys, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the interview with Nathan Baesel.
Yeah,
it was a great interview. We had a great time. I think we learned a lot about ourselves, especially sexually. I did anyway. When I went to the bathroom, I was like, "Yeah, damn, Nathan's a good-looking guy." I mean, if I were a theater major, who knows? But anyway, yeah, it was a good time, man. And you know, as far as like what we're talking about at the end here, kind of strange, kind of off topic, but I feel like we want to share it with you guys. What Mike was saying, yes, it was a very emotional, very impactful moment when we were deciding, or at least in that moment that it came together, that we both had gotten to a point where, because Mike had already left and was doing with YouTube, and then I was able to do YouTube with him and do this full time. It was a monumental situation.
Yeah, pretty.
So there was a lot of butt grabbing and taint slapping.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of tears, man. A lot of tears. This shit means a lot to us, guys. It means a lot to us, and you all mean a lot to us. And if it ever seems like that isn't true, it fucking is. I don't know what else to say. Kevin writes and says, "It's all love, Mike. The fans know what you're saying." I fucking hope so, man. The only thing I want to do is convey how thankful we are, because it's the truth. Lex Green says, "Thanks for making my shift go faster with this show. I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, Lex."
What time you get off? God damn!
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus Christ! It's almost 11 o'clock.
Take a shot with us.
Tell them to fuck off. Get out of
there. Guys, thank you all so much. Tonight's been really special, and we don't have a Friday night fights tomorrow. We won't be back until, and hey, good time to announce this shit, by the way. So the show is going to go like this from now on. We're going to have a live stream on Wednesday. We're going to have a live stream every Wednesday. We're going to have a live stream every Friday. On Mondays, though, we're not going to have live stream anymore, but that's because we're either going to be filming new skits, new videos that you're going to see throughout the week, or we're going to be filming new commentaries. But what you can expect from us from week to week is that on Wednesdays, we're going to do a live stream. On Fridays, we're going to do a live stream. And starting next week, every Saturday night at 7, 8 o'clock probably, a brand new commentary, full-length movie commentary on the channel for everybody to watch. Saturday night special. Saturday night special. For you guys.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool because you guys are gonna see us in the same room, because me and Mike feel comfortable now to be able to touch each other's wieners physically and not just digitally.
Yeah. Vaccines coming hot.
Every other Monday we are going to be filming together in the same fucking room.
Yeah.
And we got some cool shit lined up, man. Some cool shit.
Yeah, man.
But those back-to-back commentaries are gonna be great. They're gonna be cray.
Oh yeah. So every Wednesday we're live. Every Friday we're live. Every Saturday night you're gonna get a brand new movie stream, a live stream, or not a live stream, but you're gonna get a brand new movie commentary from us. And then on other Mondays we're gonna be filming new videos. So you'll have new videos throughout the week. Live streams Wednesday, live streams Friday, commentary Saturday, and then tons of new stuff coming to the Patreon, which you guys can find in the link below. We fucking love you guys. Hey, I'm not a talker. I'm not a talker. I love you. I love you. Mwah.
You talked a lot, fucking liar.
You're right, I did. I was thinking of Wedding Crashers, though, when he's like, I'm not a talker. I'm not a talker. Hey, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight and everything.
Bye, guys.
We love you.
It's awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah, for sure. You guys saved our ass on that interview because your questions were great.
Fucking awesome.
Your questions were awesome. Yeah. I had like 6 goddamn questions in my little fucking notebook from 1997, and you guys stepped in and fucking took the reins, and I appreciated that. It's the first time I said that to a man before. You can have the reins.
Yeah, what a great night, guys, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you all. We fucking love you. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and we'll suck your dicks. So, bye. Mm-hmm.